Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the smooth sounds of the Tepid Take. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Woohoo! We made it. We made it to 1 year.
So I'm very excited.
It was Anderson's laugh. We fucking did it.
You sound like that girl from Frozen at the shop.
Summer blowout.
Yeah, so we did our first year. I can't believe it. I genuinely thought maybe we'd do a couple of months. Sam would get bored of it and then we'd stop.
Sam.
I definitely thought I'd get bored of it, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought Anderson.
But now look at us. We're just four guys chatting on a pod.
Chatting on a pod. It's New Year.
I thought you were going to say
New
something
me.
much dirtier than that.
New year, new podcast.
So today we're going to talk about Spider-Man No Way Home. We're also going to talk about Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge, the Halo Infinite campaign, Matrix Resurrections, and then we're also going to talk about kind of our 1 year anniversary, things we've enjoyed, and our main topics is going to be things that we didn't talk about on the last year's worth of pods.
Yeah.
Right on.
So
Can you tell we've had a break?
I'm kind of thinking, I was like, how do I intro?
I kind of zoned out, actually. I was kind of just like...
We're like, how do you podcast again?
Matt's like, am I editing this one? Oh wait, no, this is right. This is live. Fuck. Okay, we'll start with you then, Matt, seeing as you zoned out a little bit.
Oh, shit. Okay, all right. Okay. So I have played recently. I've played it twice, actually. But I played something called Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge.
I definitely
From
thought
the
this was a
Galaxy's
TV
Edge.
show.
Yeah, so did I. And that
Yeah,
looked
it
out
does sound
like
like a game.
VR.
It's the shittest name ever.
Is
but,
Galaxy's Edge like the theme park thing? Maybe
Yeah,
not
It
theme
is,
park.
yes. From Disney.
Oh, what, with the little robot?
Disneyland. The little robot, BB-8.
Oh, no.
Oh, right.
I'm thinking of a totally different thing.
What are you thinking
It's
of?
fine. Just
What are
carry
you
on.
talking about?
The little ride that they
But-
used to have.
And it was a little robot.
Yeah, it was a little robot. It wasn't BB.
Oh, the Star
I don't
Tours
like
one.
rides.
It's going back like 20 years, so...
Jesus Christ.
Was it R2D2?
It's the loosest reference ever.
It's
Some
all
other
Star
robot.
Wars. It's all the same thing.
It's either R2D2 or C-3PO. They're the only robots that far ago, I think.
Anyway.
Anyway. So, this game is a VR game exclusively to the Oculus Quest 2 again. Of course, I have to give my Oculus Quest 2 sales pitch every fucking podcast.
Every time Matt's
It's
like, why
amazing,
haven't you
though.
guys got one yet? What's your excuse?
That's what I'm going to talk about later.
Oh shit! Oh, now we're in
gee.
trouble.
Oculus signed him up. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but better be getting some money from this man.
We're going to discuss why the fuck haven't you got a fucking Quest? Not actually
what,
called
Disney
Oculus
money?
Quest anymore. Disney
are they
money,
called?
Oculus. They're called Meta Quest now. Because it's obviously Meta, not
Oh,
Facebook.
Fuck
Yeah.
off.
That shit.
Yeah, unfortunately. Because Oculus was acquired by Facebook many moons ago. But it's actually so much
Wasn't it?
better now because of it.
Fucking meta.
Made it a lot better.
Didn't they acquire it when
Yeah,
it was still
so-
in like Kickstarter? And people were really pissed off.
No. Oculus was out when they acquired it. Because I had the Oculus Rift, the first one that actually came out like properly. And it was still Oculus at that point. And then Facebook bought it like about a year or two later. I think they released the Rift S after that. And then Facebook acquired them. And then it's like, oh, we need ones that are standalone you don't have to have a PC for. Which is like such a good idea.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the games I've played on it that have... I should probably stop talking about the Quest because I'm going to talk about it later. But
Yeah, Matt switches topics right.
This
So
isn't
the
my
game, the game.
sponsored
I'm talking about the game. Yeah. I'm going to talk about the game. So you are a droid engineer or like an engineer guy, and
Yeah.
you start off on a ship who are just transporting some supplies. They're on like a supply run, and they get boarded by pirates. And
Arr.
And it kind of starts similar to how like the fourth one starts, the fourth Star Wars film, where C-3PO and R2-D2, instead of them, it's you get shot onto a planet, which is Tatooine. I think it's Tatooine.
Probably.
Was it Sandy?
No, it's this. It's the one from Rogue One. I think.
There's beaches.
Oh Christ!
Oh, the one that gets
mean-
blown up.
Whoa, spoilers.
Maybe
What's the one that
The
raised?
one with Forrest
on.
Whitaker.
it's the one with the woman with the eyes on the side of her head.
The woman with the eyes.
The CGI guy.
In
CGI
Rogue One?
woman. I don't know. It might not be Rogue One.
What are you doing about Maz Kanata?
Yeah.
The orange lady, the tangerine.
Yeah.
So she's not
That's
Rogue
not
One.
Rogue One, is it?
What is that? What's Ray's like planet called?
It's not
Jakar,
that planet.
something like that.
That's not that. That's something like that. But it's not that planet. It's another planet.
I'm glad you paid attention.
There's only
when you're
two
on the
sandy
planet.
planets.
Is it? It's not even a sandy planet if it's the one with Maz Kanata.
Yeah, it's like
like a
foresty,
forest.
isn't it? Yeah.
It's somewhere else on that
What are you even
planet.
smoking?
A Star Wars planet.
It's a
Yeah,
Star
we'll go
Wars
with
planet. It's kind of like Tatooine, but not really. So yeah, there we go. It's not
it
all
Tatooine?
sandy. No, not all of it. Some of it.
Well, they're just breaking Star Wars conventions there.
I know. They have the license to Tatooine.
Anyway, the game. So you play as this engineer guy, and you get stranded on a planet, and you have this other guy talking to you who's giving you missions, basically. And you sort of become like a bit of a bounty hunter, sort of smuggler, sort of person in it. And you obviously play that character, and you're actually physically in the Star Wars universe, which is pretty cool, pretty unique-ish,
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, there's another Star Wars VR game called Star Wars Vader Immortal, which is you play
So not unique.
well, no, well it is because that you play as a Jedi. This you don't play as a Jedi.
So
So have you got lightsabers?
Get
in
out
this
here,
game?
Alison.
Okay, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do, but you don't. Okay,
Making this
I've
so
got to
hard.
explain this right. Okay, so
It's 2022 and
So the
Matt still can't explain shit.
so the main character you're playing doesn't have a lightsaber, but
Okay, so you're
there
not
are
a
different
Jedi.
tales. There are different tales that you discover. You discover, and you sort of have flashbacks to, because the canteen guy is like explaining them, and he's giving you these flashback scenes. But for the majority of the game, you play as this engineer guy who's got a blaster or whatever you pick up, grenades,
Okay.
little droids, remote droids that shoot people.
Yeah.
It's quite fun, it's like kind of like an adventure-y sort of action game. You're sort of going through these levels, doing objectives. Oh, repair C-3PO. Oh, find R2-D2. They are actually missions in the game. But the first time I played it, they hadn't released the DLC for it, and it was only like about 2 or 3 hours long, so it's pretty short. And it was like £30, I think. So it's pretty bad value for money to start with. But then they added something called Last Call, which is a DLC pack, which then it's basically the finished game. So they make you pay £8 for the finished game,
Oh my
which is
god.
kind of bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
How much
it
time
fleshes
wise
out
does
more.
that add?
It adds another like 3 hours, so probably like 6 hours
okay.
now to the total game time. So that's for a VR game. That's probably good because you're only doing like 30-minute to hour sessions anyway. Because at the end of it, you kind of, for me anyway,
Have blinding
I get,
headaches.
yeah, not a blinding headache, but your eyes get a bit sore after a while.
Yeah.
Especially for me because I wear contact lenses mostly when I play it, and they get really dry because there's just no air getting to your eyes. Yeah, Addison's loving this.
Addison's freaking out.
You just start saying,
Yeah.
well done.
You said contact lenses,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah, no, it was the drying out bit that freaked me out.
But it's pretty fun, and the pinnacle of that game was when I got to punch a stormtrooper. That was the best feeling ever.
Basically punching a space Nazi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically, yeah. It was the First Order technically, so I don't know if they're technically stormtroopers, but I count it as a stormtrooper. It's set at that sort
what,
of. It's set after the last film, kind of like Mandalorian sort of time, I think.
When you
Oh,
say
right,
last
episode
film,
it's not the last film. The last film of the original series. The original films.
Episode 6.
Return of the Jedi.
Episode 6. Yeah.
That's yeah. I don't even
confusing,
blame
yeah.
you for that episode because Star Wars is just fucking all over the place. So
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. Thanks for not
it's
blaming me.
not your fault. It's not your fault.
It's not his fault.
Well, I got confused when he said the planet from the fourth film, so
Yeah, fucking yeah. Christ.
could be a few of them.
There is so many planets, Christ almighty. But yeah, no, it's quite a lot of fun. You do a lot of like little quests throughout the game. But I'd say the best bit from it is kind of these tales that you do. So these tales are basically this bartender, he tells you these tales and then you live them. And then you do a couple as like a Jedi. She starts off as like a Jedi Padawan, and you have to go through this temple and like fight shit and chuck your lightsaber at shit and use the Force on shit.
Cool.
and then the second one you're actually her again, but then you play as her as a Jedi Master and she's training a Padawan or Jedi Knight, I think she is, but pedantic. Yeah, so that's kind of fun. You're doing like loads of little challenges from that, and that's quite good fun. You know, the dialogue's okay with that. It's very childlike.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like it's very Disneyfied. It's kind of like Marvel level brought down to like a really childish level of humor. So it's like super like cringy. Like the end was like, oh, we're all living. Oh, this is the greatest. And you're like, oh, fuck off.
What like the graphics like?
The graphics are okay. They're not like amazing, but they are. This is native Quest too, so you don't need a PC to play this. So it's pretty phenomenal of what you can get out of it. It's not as good as Resident Evil 4, I would say. It's not quite up to that standard. No, I mean
It's not as good as a
so.
14-year-old game.
I know.
Yeah, but they've obviously upscaled Resident Evil 4 for VR. But yeah. Vader Immortal is much better, and that's Vader Immortal is much better, and that's native Quest, and it's on PC as well. That's much better. You also get to play as
developers?
I don't actually know. I think they probably are because they don't play the same. Vader Immortal is a lot more solid, whereas Tales from Galaxy's Edge is a bit more clunky in places. Vader Immortal is kind of very polished and it's very cinematic. This isn't like that at all, really. Not that it's bad; it's good. You also play as you can do a tale as IG-88, which is the in the Mandalorian that Taika Waititi plays.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then obviously there's one you go onto like a stormtrooper base, a first order base.
Is it voiced by Taika Waititi? I already know the answer. But...
No, it's not. No. It's pretty like though. They've done a good job of like
That's why the
matching
game
a
was
similar voice.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. You also get to meet Yoda as well. But Yoda is pretty short.
Where is he?
You just kept looking around. Oh shit! It's by my ship.
Stepped on Yoda.
Did you try and punch him like a football?
No, you don't have legs in VR, so it's kind of
That's shit.
Wait, you don't have legs in VR like in any VR? That's jarring.
you don't have real legs, do you? Because you don't have any controllers for your legs yet. There's nothing like that yet. They haven't made that, unfortunately.
Well, in Ring Fit, you can run on the spot and your character moves, so get with it.
Can you punch a stormtrooper though? Get out.
Throw the ring at it.
I mean, you say that, Sam. The Wii Fit could do that back in the day as well. Get with it, Oculus. Fuck.
Ancient technology.
I mean, there are VR things to do that, so you can have legs, but I don't have that. I've not spent a lot on VR.
So Matt has no
Not
legs.
as much as some people have. I have no legs. Yeah.
Mad, you got no legs.
But yeah, the shooting's pretty good. It's pretty accurate. It's quite fun. The guns are pretty good fun. There's like a gun when you play the DLC part of it, you get like a gun that like charges up, and you like
Pretty cool.
launch a fucking.
What's it
bullet,
like using the
and there's, like,
Force in the game? I feel like that'd be really fun.
It's better in Vader Immortal.
Why didn't you
where
fucking
it's
review
kind
that
of
one?
I haven't reviewed that one on the podcast.
There we go.
Or did I? I can't remember.
Next time. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of it, so I assume you haven't.
It's kind of cool using the Force, you know. it feels like you're a kid and you're doing force moves, you know, when you're a kid. Force speed, woo!
We had
shopping doors.
we had different childhoods, I think.
I can still do that now.
I'm joking. Yeah, I think Sam gets the joke. He doesn't get the joke.
Oh man, what did you say? Force speed.
Force speed, you know, like in the first Phantom Menace.
Yeah, when they go.
Yeah, when they go.
They never use it again.
It's such a stupid fucking thing. Yeah.
Oh man. Poor
Anyway,
lightsabers
that's
are, like, the
you know,
best.
if you've got a meta quest, if you've got a meta quest, I recommend picking it up. It's fairly cheap.
Maybe pick up the other game that he was talking about.
Yeah.
Or Vader Immortal. Well, Vader Immortal is okay, but the story is better than the gameplay in that, whereas the gameplay is better than the story in this. So, if you want,
I thought you said the gameplay was better in the other one.
I think the Force was better.
It's more cinematic and it's more solid gameplay, but this one's more clunky, but it's more fun. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a
got you.
okay.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, it's good fun. Yeah. That's it. That's me.
I didn't prep. I didn't prep the segues this time, so I'm trying to think of how to segue this in.
You prep your segues?
Sometimes
Oh my god. Am I the only one who does them by the seat of my fucking pants?
you can tell.
No, I totally do. I totally do that.
Okay, so talking of the Force, something that Sam had to force himself to do was beat a boss in Halo, right?
Yes, I did.
Did he have to force himself to do it?
Yeah, because have you seen Sam shoot?
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, I played and
It's inverted,
completed
that's
the
why.
Halo Infinite campaign. I didn't hear what Matt said. What did he say?
I said it's inverted.
fuck you saying,
That's
Matt?
why.
I missed it again.
He's mumbling it on purpose.
It's every time I'm talking.
It's inverted. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh no, you've
That's
upset
the
me. 2022, fuck that. No.
Got him. Got him.
I'm fucking drenched from beer now.
I was playing a game the other day actually. I was playing one of the older Call of Duties and it said, "Do you want to invert the controls?" I was like, "Fuck no."
Get the fuck out. They don't even ask you anymore in games. They just don't.
They do in Halo.
Halo
don't they?
actually did, yeah. Did
Yeah.
the classic
Did
look
they?
up, look down.
I'm pretty sure it does, yeah.
Grim.
Do you want to be a weirdo?
Yeah, because it's the guy in the ship who's like asking you to follow the things.
Yeah, the pilot, yeah.
Good,
Yeah.
good
Just like
reference to the
classic.
first one.
Classic Halo.
Classic Halo.
Classic.
Tell us about the campaign.
I will.
Do
I
it.
will. Played the campaign, completed it. Probably like last week or so. Can't remember.
I think
Has
you
anyone
said
else
it about a
completed
week ago. No,
Yeah.
I assume about halfway.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because that was so. Yeah, it was actually a bit shorter than I expected.
It was
maybe
quite
I'm
short. I
three-quarters
thought
of
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
if
am
you-
at
'cause-
the spire, if that helps.
Okay.
I can go into it,
It's probably
but I
about
haven't.
half. It's probably about half.
Yeah, that
I
probably
thought it
is
was about halfway.
I've not
Yeah.
even started it yet. I've been playing too much multi, to be fair.
the multiplayer.
Been
is
playing
great.
too much malt wheat.
Malt.
Yes, multi wheat.
Wheat.
I've been
Yeah.
playing with the wheat
Love
bits.
me
That's
some
what I've been doing.
shreddies.
Wait, new year, new diet.
Get that fibre.
Yeah, fiber.
Fucking Weetabix is great. Don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I almost got some Weetabix the other day.
We're not reviewing Weetabix.
Get
Get back to Halo.
I was like, I want Weetabix and bananas. I missed that shit.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, but it wasn't like official. It was like the little version.
You're still talking about Weetabix. I thought you were going to
Wheat
change it.
biscuits. Right,
The
anyway.
little version of Halo.
Spartan Man. I can't remember what the fuck it was. I don't think I've talked much about this campaign. Yet.
Campaign.
Right, play this campaign. Yeah, it was kind of cool to actually like finally play it because obviously this game got delayed. And I've been like excited for this game for like 2 years, so it was like, oh my god, I'm actually fucking playing this game. And yeah, it's got like, we kind of talked about when we talked about the multiplayer, like the gameplay. Again, it's just fucking great. Like I love like the gameplay of this game.
I think I actually prefer it in the campaign. Probably because I'm not trash comparatively to the enemies.
Yeah,
The AI
Well, like, a lot
stands
of
still
the-
for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Although it is hard.
there are some tough
It is
parts.
hard.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking.
I'm playing it on the
I almost threw
second
my
to
controller
last.
so many times.
Well, you need to work on your anger management, but it is
Thanks,
difficult.
yeah.
Just use a walkthrough, man.
Yeah,
That's what
like-
you usually do, right?
Can't walk through a fight.
There are.
Weak.
I got trapped in the shittest checkpoint ever the other day. Where,
Oh
like,
yeah, the checkpoint
was-
system is trash though.
Yeah. There was one when I was like, I can't remember if it was main or side mission, but basically, you know, with those like the snipers,
Yeah.
one of them had headshotted me,
Snipers.
and I checkpointed literally at that point.
No.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And luckily, I had the booster ability on, and I had to like boost back to get out of it, and then just
Yeah.
like dive for cover. So it was like good. And I was
That's
like,
so
what?
bullshit though. Like, what would have happened if you couldn't? You'd have to restart
know,
the game.
yeah,
probably.
no,
Yeah.
exactly. But
Nah,
I've heard
restart
that
the
happen
mission,
to
I
loads of
suppose.
people.
Yeah.
And you
There's
can't
a
reload old
boss-
saves.
It would restart
only
like,
does
the
a quick
mission,
save.
yeah.
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 Yeah, but I was a
the
bit
end of
like,
mission,
am I
that's
going to be
right.
stuck here forever?
Yeah.
But did you say you've had a few people have that issue, Addison?
Yeah, a lot of people I've spoken to have had that, and I kind of had one quite early on in a boss fight. The guy with the hammer, who
Oh, fuck.
is fucking hard anyway. And then I got a shit
Yeah.
checkpoint,
Fuck that.
and he was
Yeah.
basically impossible. And I actually had to put the game down for a bit, and then when I hopped back on, it put me back a bit further back.
Yeah.
And it
I had to
wasn't too
fight
bad.
that guy like I was fucking Spider-Man. I was literally like grapple
Yeah.
shot and
I know. You literally go
over him constantly.
Yeah, jump over.
It's like,
Grapple,
fuck off, get
yeah.
away, get away.
Yeah.
That is one thing I do like about this game, though. Is like they have like proper boss battles, which is quite new to Halo.
Yeah, and they didn't feel like just a
Bullet
sponge version of
that's
another
good.
enemy.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
is like a way around it because you have to like break the shield down and then kind of go
Yeah.
in for like the attack and like I think with Halo like plasma weapons do better damage to shields and then you switch to like what would you call it, like just regular bullets once the shield's broken down. So it's quite nice that there is like a tactic to it and like say that's it's not just bullets.
Oh, I definitely did do that.
just fucking
I think they call
Whatever
it
gun
kinetic
I
with
had.
everything.
something
Oh,
like
that's it.
that.
Kinetic. Yeah, that's how they refer to it.
Kinetic. Yeah.
But yeah, that's one thing I do like is the boss battles. And they just make like because I remember like I think Halo 2 had a kind of like a boss fight at the end with the big brute guy. But
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Yeah.
this kind of takes that concept and just you have it so many times, and it like I actually like quite a lot of like the bosses like character wise as well. Like they seem to have their own kind of like personalities. Especially like the main villain. He's very like he's a bit like kind of generic shout everything kind of villain, but he kind of does it in a cool way. Like there's just something cool about it. And I just lost my train of thought.
You
yeah,
did it to
bosses are
yourself.
good.
there.
Gruff. Yeah.
yeah. Also, like I love like the landscape of the world. Like it looks fucking like beautiful. And like again, like it's I don't know about you guys, but I found it much more fun to traverse on foot than in vehicles because I found that I would get on a warthog and maybe get to a certain point and be like, well, I could just like grapple shot over this mountain. rather than
Yeah,
finding the road to go around.
Yeah. That kind of. I agree. I think that's a better way of moving around, but I don't think that's how they should have done it. I think they should
Yeah.
have made it a bit more so you can
Some of the vehicles
do
are
a bit more travel in vehicles.
as well.
Exactly. No, I agree. Yeah,
They're a bit
yeah.
weak as well, the vehicles. Yeah.
They really are. Yeah, like there's so many times when you kind of drive into like a base and then within a couple of hits your
fucking
fucking thing's
blown
about to
up.
blow up.
Fuck the snipers though. Fuck them. Fuck you. The fucking shields. I upgraded my shields to full. You know, you can do skills and you can upgrade your shields.
Yeah,
Did the 4 whatever it is, full whatever. Still fucking like 2-shot on a bloody sniper or a 1-shot on a sniper. I thought, fuck
Really?
this. What the fuck? This is such bullshit. And I was playing
What
on
were you playing
hard,
on?
but
Heroic as well?
heroic, yeah.
Yeah. Fucking
But
on
it was
legendary.
so
On legendary,
stupid.
That would be
Yeah.
mental.
Yeah, in Legendary, what the fuck would you do? You get shot by a fucking little plasma pistol and you'd be done. Although that fucking does some damage as well. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm very
That's
angry
how a lot of
Yeah,
people
'cause-
play it, though, isn't it? They play on Legendary.
What did you say, Mark? Sorry.
That seems to be like because I think you get an achievement for that, don't you? If you're playing Legendary. So a lot of
Oh,
people
yeah,
do
yeah.
that. They
You
try
get-
and get that really kind of niche achievement.
You get
Is
the
Yeah.
Legendary
achievement
the
for doing on
hardest one? You
heroic.
may have already said.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is,
fuck
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
yeah.
fuck that. It's
I
hard
kind of
enough
want to
in heroic.
I think when they release the co-op, I think that would be a great mode to play, like co-op.
Christ almighty.
Because it's you got more
Jesus
people with
Christ.
you, I guess.
The
but-
fury.
yeah, like-
would be too much.
the fucking fury. There'd be a lot of Matt screaming directly down the mic.
Oh Christ, there
Play
would be. Yes. If you could do
I was
New
thinking how
Game
many times
Plus,
we'd
where you
die
had
if
all
it
your
was the four of
upgrades.
us.
I don't think they'll do
Sorry,
co-op
is it
full
four
play,
player?
will they?
I think it's only 2, isn't it?
Normally two.
It's traditionally since like 3, it's been 4.
Oh really? Oh okay then.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I hope they stick with it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be
'cause
cool.
I
That
think
would be cool.
there'll be backlash if it's only two-player co-op.
It'd be interesting to see what they do with
Um,
that with co-op because it's obviously because it's like open world. It's kind of how are they going to do that with co-op? Can you go off and do your own?
Yeah, I was saying this to my brother
Yeah.
because obviously, when on the last podcast we were talking about it, I said I wasn't going to play it, and then went in on it anyway. And I said to him, I am very surprised they're even doing it for it because it doesn't feel like
Yeah.
it would be suitable for co-op.
No, it doesn't. No, I mean it might be great. I don't know. But
Yeah,
it's weird.
it does make you
A
think,
weird
like,
one.
is it going to be proximity based or
Yeah, like Lego.
can you
Lego
just
Star
fucking
Wars.
part ways?
Yeah.
yeah,
Where it starts like splitting.
yeah, it's like
You just
blowing up.
explode.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! You went too far. Fuck. But yeah, like there's a lot I love about this game, and it is the most Halo feeling Halo since like 3 or Reach maybe. Like I said, I do like 4 and 5, but they
Yeah.
definitely felt a bit different. This one feels like more of a
They did, but I kind
back
of
to
like
basics.
the linear stories. I don't know. For me,
Yeah.
I don't know if the open world thing sort of worked as much as I think
Yeah,
they could have done. It was kind
I
of
like it. I think
I
it's
like-
small enough that
I
it
like-
gets away with it.
yeah, but I don't think the atmosphere or the place, the environment is diverse enough for me. It's all
yeah,
very
no, I
samey.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Whereas obviously
yeah,
with the other
heard-
storylines, they've got-
I heard that because this obviously got pushed back like a year, and part of that was cutting out a whole bunch of stuff that was like different biomes, like deserts and stuff. that you
yeah,
see in,
it's a shame because that
like
would
the
have been
multiplayer.
really good. Yeah, that would have
Yeah.
been awesome. I think they
There
I
is
think they should have done
definitely-
that.
Yeah, I because when they said it was going to come out, December 18th, regardless of missing content, I was a bit. It was kind of nice to like know that we had an official date, but I
Yeah.
do think they could have delayed it a bit more. Obviously, people would have been pissed off. I get
Yeah,
that, but
I could
That's the
you could
thing.
definitely tell that there's something missing from the campaign. It just
Yeah.
doesn't feel complete. I don't think. It's
no,
like you kind of reach that end point, I guess, but it's I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a bit flim flammy in places.
no,
Yeah,
I flim flammy.
yeah,
No,
That's a new
I know
one.
what you mean. Like, I found the open world a little bit too shallow. I
Yeah.
love the idea of going around and like going to your missions and that. Like I said, I love like grapple shotting across things. It's really fun to traverse.
yeah. It's a great.
On foot.
I mean, if it didn't have that, it'd be shit.
yeah.
Yeah, could you imagine walking
But-
across that shit? Oh my god. Yeah.
I feel like I'd use the
But, like-
vehicles more though,
Yeah.
because I never
Yeah.
use the
Yeah.
vehicles. Really?
No, same.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of the,
I
the
hope-
problem with it. I think is because it kind of makes the vehicles pointless.
I kind
unless
of
you've got a
like. I
Banshee.
kind of like the size of it personally, just because if I wanted
Yeah.
a massive open world where all these different things happen, I could play something else. I quite like this is self-contained and just doing its own little Halo
But did-
thing. I don't
Yes,
need.
but did it need
all
to be
that
open
extra.
world?
No, definitely not.
Did they need to do the open world thing? That's the
No,
problem.
definitely not.
I like the fact that you can unlock multiplayer stuff by playing the campaign.
Yeah.
That appealed to me a lot actually because it kind of made me think, oh, actually, I want to do these
not
extra
sure
little
about
side missions because I
So
literally did them all
what
for
stuff
the
was
armor.
that then?
It's like armor.
So you can get the armor. You can get more armor for one of your characters, one of your
Yeah, more like cosmetics.
the Mark
for
5, I
multiplayer.
think.
The shit
Yeah.
that sound like.
Yeah, the
Pretty
shit
much,
that
yeah.
Sam likes. Yeah. I actually
Although
prefer it over
randomly,
the stuff I've unlocked from multiplayer. So
I really, yeah.
yeah,
One thing that was really missing for me is like big set pieces. 'Cause I think Halo's really known for that, like the Scarab in 2, you know.
Yeah, totally.
And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and there's just nothing. I finished the game, was like I enjoyed it. You know, I really liked the cinematic cutscenes as well. That's one thing I liked, the way they were shot anyway. But I was just kind of like, oh, there was no like. I was struggling to like remember a big moment, if you know what I mean. It was all kind of just like,
no, there isn't really, is there? No.
Yeah,
It's quite basic story-wise, really.
Starts off with one, I'd say.
Yeah. The start's probably like the strongest kind of set piece wise. But yeah, I don't know. I just find that such a key ingredient of Halo games. Like you kind of remember like these missions, really, like the Warthog part at the end of 3, when all the platforms are collapsing and shit. And I was just kind of like, there was nothing like that.
Uncharted 3. Yeah. What?
Yeah. So, yeah. But obviously this is supposed to be like a 10-year kind of game. So, you know, the assumption being that they'll release like story DLC down the line.
Oh, I see. They're
hoping
planning. Well, hopefully they are planning. That would be great. I think if they're planning to extend
they
the
said that?
story, that would be good.
Well, they've definitely said it's a 10-year. This is like the Halo for the next 10
Is that
years.
not
should've
more
called
in
it
relation
fucking-
to the multiplayer?
They should have called it Halo Finite, then, shouldn't they? Fuck me. Should have done it for the
Yeah,
last 10 years.
Are they not? So that sounds like they're going a similar route to Call of Duty, where they're holding it all in one place, like with Warzone.
Yeah, I mean, the way I was looking at it is similar to like a bit of like the Destiny kind of model, where it's like you have massive like story updates. I'll have to find like an official.
They like
confirmation, but
ripping
I'm pretty
things from
sure
Bungie,
that's
don't they?
What it's going to be.
I hope it is like the Destiny one, because they said, yeah, we're going to do a 10-year game and then released a new one in 3 years.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like, it rarely works out when someone says that. But I hope that is the way they're going with, you know, because you kind of get to the end and there's definitely, like, more story to be told.
Yeah. Well, it's like a post-credit scene, so...
Yeah. Which we obviously won't spoil.
No, I mean, I don't even know what happened to it, really, so, yeah, it's kind of...
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck
But,
it means.
I mean, no.
That was my problem with it, actually. With the another problem with the campaign is it obviously relies heavily on the previous Halo games, and I just cannot remember the previous Halo games.
I have no idea what the fuck is going on, and I don't know whether it's withholding information or it's calling back to information I don't have.
Yeah, I would say that because they kind of pitched this as like a way.
So I was gonna say I even watched a video before, and it really didn't help me.
Yeah, because I think I watched the same one you sent through.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Are you sure you didn't forget the
didn't
video
help.
as you were watching it, Matt?
Yeah, pretty much.
What were you saying earlier about someone making the same old jokes?
You're the joke. Fuck you.
Yeah, because with this game, they definitely like pitched it as like, oh, newcomers to Halo can kind of get in on this, and I think that is kind of bullshit.
That's a total fucking lie. Yeah,
If you're playing multiplayer, then
because
sure.
I've played the first 3 and I'm still fucking lost.
Yeah, a lot of this relies on the stories from 4 and 5.
Yeah,
Which is understandable in a way.
Yeah,
but they're the most forgettable ones. That's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? While I can understand, like, you know, they shouldn't just write off because there were some like cliffhangers at the end of 5.
Right.
To kind of pitch it as anyone can hop on and jump in and kind of understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Like you could go in thinking, okay, there's bad guys I got to kill. You know, simple Halo game, but they do a lot of story about Cortana.
Yeah.
And kind of her arc through 4 and 5 that even like I've played those games and I'm still like, what the fuck happened to her again?
Totally,
So I know she went a bit crazy and turned evil and
because I was only vaguely aware that she turned evil at any point. I kind of knew it had happened, but I never saw it in a game that I played.
I kind of like,
and it's kind of like
blocked it out. Yeah.
Yeah, like I never thought it was a good story choice anyway. Like,
well, the thing that was throwing me off was who the main villain was, and I don't know whether it's I think we may have spoken about this already.
Yeah,
and I
didn't realize Atriox was dead.
Yeah, right.
I like missed that, and you guys were like, yeah, they talked about it in that scene. I was like,
Yeah.
what? I thought he was still alive.
So they talk about this guy, and you kind of build him up for one mission as the big baddie, and then you see a cutscene where they say he's dead, and it's like, hang on, is this something that's happened in a past game, or do I find this out later in this game? I don't really know. It's weird. It's a weird way of doing it.
Yeah. I think you even have to have had played Halo Wars 2 for this game, because that's when they
Who the
introduced the
fuck
Banished,
has played that? Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. That is a spin-off
Yeah,
in the period where Halo wasn't as popular as it is.
Yeah.
No,
was.
yeah. It's kind of crazy, because 5
And you have
had...
to like
sequel to a
strategy to play that.
spin-off.
yeah.
Yeah, and
What did you say, Matt? Real-time strategy?
Said you have to like strategy to play that, to like that as well. So it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
really.
yeah. I know, it's kind of weird, because they made like a big mistake with Halo 5 where they like had like books and comics and fucking like, I don't know, short films that you had to watch to kind of just to get into that story.
I hate
Yeah,
that
I hate
shit.
that shit.
I hate that shit so much.
Yeah.
That's what pissed me off about Marvel recently. Everything they do, it's fucking, you got to watch everything. To watch Hawkeye, I had to watch fucking Black Widow. Yeah,
you don't. You don't.
I don't. You don't have to, but
Yeah, you don't
I kind
enjoy
of,
Black
I'm glad I
Widow,
did.
regardless.
I quite enjoyed Black Widow.
But yeah, I mean, overall, like, I did really enjoy the game. Like, there was, like I said, the gameplay, I think, just makes it for me. The gameplay is so good that
It's
I can
so
kind of
satisfying.
Yeah.
That's all.
The guns are great. They're so good.
Yeah.
They're just solid guns, aren't they?
It does
Yeah.
a good job of making you want to mix it up with the weapons
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
using. And despite that, I will always stick with the battle rifle.
yeah, I love the BR and the Mangler. I fucking love the Mangler.
Is that
Oh my
the one with the two little
Cretin.
bombs?
God. It's like the kind of like it's like almost like a revolver in Halo.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like-
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't like that, Matt? It's fucking
No.
That's a
You can
roll.
melee kill, can't you, with one hit?
it's fucking chunky.
Can you though? I think you can in campaign,
In
but
multiplayer, you literally shoot a melee and they're fucking dead. It's
Yeah.
they kind of want it nerfed. A lot of people want
or with the sword, I could just melee them in one hit.
you have to get close.
You don't have to get that close. You leap a fair distance.
You have to
Yeah.
get close to melee them with a mangler.
Well, you shoot them first. There was someone on multiplayer the other day who literally, I swear to God, launched like 10 meters with the sword and got me. I was like, how the fuck
Yeah.
did you do that? I was like,
It is
that's
insane.
fucking bullshit.
That is
It's like
bullshit.
the range
You
on the
probably have
hammer
that
as well.
I imagine you had one of those like booster
fucking
packs
hate
as
that.
well.
Probably, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah. I mean,
It's good shit.
it's on Game Pass. Play it. The cutscenes I didn't really talk about, but they are like,
much-
I love the way they're shot. And
How much is
they look
it?
beautiful.
I have no idea how much it is.
I think it's probably like 60, isn't it?
What the game by itself?
Yeah. Is it 50 quid? Because
it'll
it's not.
probably be like
it's not-
50. I
It
reckon.
must
not
be
worth
about
that.
yeah.
Because if the multiplayer's free, they cannot charge 50 quid for that.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think you'll be mad to buy an Xbox game these days. To be honest.
Yeah,
I think that's unfair. I think it is worth the full price tag.
Yeah,
Like, I'm very happy that I don't have to pay that, having already paid for Game Pass, but
Yeah.
I think it's worth it.
I mean, some people play, like, they pay 80 quid a year for fucking FIFA, don't they, with all the packs and shit. So,
Yeah.
No one I know.
Halo for 60 quid.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Halo, it's alright. It's a good game, really. Yeah.
I know. I feel like we came off quite negative. I actually really enjoy playing it.
It started off pretty
had
positive,
it-
and then,
I
and then
feel,
me
I
and
feel like
Anderson got
the
involved.
sole defender here.
yeah, like, why do you like it, Anderson?
I haven't played the campaign yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
It's
good.
Yeah, it's my favorite. Like, probably is my favorite Halo game since like 3. Like, that's like the complete package. You know.
Yeah.
2 will always be the best, just because it's...
Two is great. I like 2, yeah. The first one's the best one, but yeah.
I love the first one.
So before,
have you replayed it recently?
they reuse
it
a lot of
stays in
assets,
my
so-
memories,
Just a little bit.
just like Mass Effect.
so would you suggest, Sam, that I go in with kind of the older campaigns in the previous games before I start this one?
Well, I don't know. I mean, story-wise, I'd say you kind of have to play 4 and 5 more. But is this a segue that you're trying to get to, by the way?
No, I'm genuinely asking. 'cause, like,
This is a genuine
like we
question.
spoke before, like I've played like multiplayer of Halo kind of throughout, but I've never played campaign.
Yeah. I would say there's more story Like, I can't think of any story taken before 4, to be honest. I think it's a very 4 and 5 heavy game.
Okay.
Because just how much it focuses on Cortana's like downfall. I do like the new Cortana, by the way. I like her, but someone online.
I like Weapon.
Yeah, Weapon.
Yeah, Weapon's great.
Shit name.
Yeah, I hope she gets like an actual name. But what was I gonna say? Someone online pointed out that she kind of sounds like she's talking to her kids, and ever since hearing that, I'm like,
I
yeah,
thought
kinda
that.
ruined it a bit.
Like, either she sounds simple or she sounds like she's talking to someone simple.
Yeah, there's like this bit where Master Chief kind of like makes a joke, and she doesn't realise because obviously he's quite serious all the time, and like so she's surprised and she's like, "Oh, you're funny too." And I was like,
yeah.
Oh,
not
You
fucking child,
patronising
Jesus
bitch.
Oh, I do love the characterization of Master Chief in this game, though. He's just fucking awesome. Like,
He's pretty cool.
he's such a badass. Sorry, I keep adding things to my review.
quite like-
oh yeah, this.
I quite like the pilot as well. I don't mind him. I think he's alright. He's okay.
He gets better. He's
Yeah.
a bit
Bit whiny.
pissed
at the
off
start.
all the time at the start. As
Yeah.
Don't like him.
Addison. Yeah, he has a moment where I was like,
He's passionate. He's a passionate
him a bit.
man.
yeah,
You can
I
shut the
think
fuck up.
performance is good. he is a bit whiny though at the start. He like
Super
fucking,
whiny.
yeah,
Just like, let me go shoot things. Shut up. I'm not playing Halo for this emotional depth or whatever you're going for.
I don't care about your fucking kid.
right. So, well, you're talking about grapple shots, Sam, and how to get around. Do you know who kind of uses something that's similar to grappling, so like web shooting?
Batman.
Fuck, this is
Yeah,
loose.
it's Batman.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Spider-Man.
Daredevil does
Spider-Man.
the same thing.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before Christmas, I watched. What was it after Christmas? I can't remember now. It might have been before. I think it was just
before.
before.
Came
I
out.
reckon, yeah.
It came out on the 22nd, didn't it? I think.
Oh yeah. So I saw it kind of the day after opening because I think you guys, Sam, did you go opening night? Didn't you? I think.
No, I went the day
following
after
day.
as well. I think. Yeah,
I know you guys all saw it like pretty much clustered together, and I was the morning after because I was like, I have to go see it. I don't want anyone to ruin it for me.
I saw
Yeah.
it on the 23rd.
We
I
saw
think,
it
yeah.
quite early, I guess. I think I must have seen it the same good day as you guys.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was pretty soon after.
Was that-
I was like, I don't want any
Kind of
spoilers.
strong.
You haven't actually said what it's called yet, by the way.
Yeah, so we all watched Spider-Man: No Way Home,
Yes.
which was the
Oh,
third.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, Tom Spider-Man.
Tom Spider.
So
It's good.
I feel like we've had enough time now where we could talk spoilers. Like we've been
Yeah.
fortunate enough with the Christmas breaks that we've had. Now we can
Yeah.
talk about it. So it's all. If you haven't watched this though, obviously skip over this next bit.
You haven't watched this. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, get out because
If
a
you
lot of
haven't
people
watched
have
this, you
seen
probably don't care. So,
yeah.
Yeah, that's
You've
a
probably
good point.
seen the spoilers already. They're kind of like everywhere now.
yeah.
Thing is, there was a lot of spoilers, wasn't there, in kind of the build up, like months before. I was like, oh, that won't happen. There'll never be
Heavy.
like 3 Spider.
There'll never be 3 Spider-Mans.
Yeah, so in terms of film release, this has now hit the 8th in terms of the top 10 grossing films ever. I think it's
Yeah,
fucking
it's
hell,
made
really.
big old bucks.
Yeah, 1.5 billion currently, and I think it's going to be not very long until it overtakes Lion King and Jurassic World. And
Lion
then probably
King?
Infinity War as well.
I don't know, I didn't realise Lion King was that high.
Which Lion King?
Circle of life.
The,
the animation.
90s animated.
That's the second highest grossing film of all time.
That's
No,
ridiculous.
so the highest grossing film. I've got the list here because I knew one
I
of you
did
was
not
going to
see
say
The
it.
Lion King in cinema.
So highest grossing film ever is Avatar,
right.
followed by Endgame,
Yeah.
Titanic,
Oh, did Avatar retake it?
Star Wars: The Force Awakens, Infinity
I now
War,
understand my mistake.
Jurassic World, The Lion King, No Way Home, and then you got Avengers and
That's
Fury
still
7.
shockingly high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did not think that was up there.
Still
Crazy.
well.
Film, but
So it means it has knocked out Frozen 2 out of the top 10. What a shame.
I still haven't seen that, you know.
Frozen 2. What happened to
Yeah.
Frozen 1?
yeah, that's kind of weird that Frozen 2 was up there.
I imagine the hype was
I've
so
not
big.
seen Frozen 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Didn't Frozen 2 come out in the pandemic as well?
I think it just before it, wasn't it?
Was
Wasn't
it?
it the
I can't remember.
2019 winter? So it would
Was
have been
it?
as
As
it was
it
Yeah,
taken
just
off.
before. Yeah.
It would have
Because
been
I
out
think it was
cinemas by
one
then,
of the
then.
first releases Disney Plus, wasn't it? It was like their premium thing they started. And I think that was one of the first ones they did.
Was it? Oh, okay.
I think it was that.
I know Mulan was. Yeah.
Mulan.
Yeah, so at the moment, this is also sat 19th in the IMDb's top 250 as well. It's just, in terms of...
It's good. I
incredible.
really enjoyed this, yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
I think some of us
Yeah.
enjoyed it more than others.
Yeah.
Matt?
I can't remember why I don't
think
like
Matt-
it as much.
Yeah,
but-
I can't remember, but I know.
It's definitely got, like...
it was a bit
issues
too throwbacky for my liking. It was very reliant.
Yeah, I get
on
that,
those.
because I hate
Yeah.
that in other films.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it too much in this one.
No, I mean, it's got to rely on it, I suppose, but yeah. It was a very emotional ending.
I
as
think
well.
it's the throwback that
Bit
we
too
love,
emotional.
though, isn't it? That's...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's great. You got this quote.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
That was an amazing part of the film.
I mean, I personally think that's probably one of the worst offenders, sticking that in.
that was fucking amazing.
Because it is such a meme.
It's so
yeah,
stupid. but
I
it's
laughed. I laughed, but I was a bit like,
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, when you say...
That's hilarious.
When you say about the memes, that there's a part where Ned says, I think he says Peter in the lab, and then he says Spider-Man.
Oh, Peter.
They all they all point at each other, like the well-known meme
Oh,
that's been
did
kicking
they?
about.
Yeah, but I didn't mind that one too much. It wasn't so in your face as that one. I find if they were like in a
Yeah.
street that looked exactly like that, and they were just doing
Yeah, all
Next
just
door.
like
that, then yeah,
It's fine
because what was the other one?
Willem Dafoe
I didn't
wasn't,
even-
he wasn't outside. He was indoors in this one, so it's different.
you know that's not what I meant.
There was another one, wasn't there? Was it? I can't remember if it was Tom Holland or Tobey Maguire, and they were saying to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, "You're amazing." He was like, "You're amazing. You're amazing."
Yeah,
Oh, that's corny. Yeah.
and there was the
You're
broken
amazing
back
Spider-Man.
stuff as well.
oh, that was funny.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
And the organic web.
That was a bit more like niche, isn't it?
yeah,
'Cause that was relating to Toby almost not coming back because of his back issues.
yeah. But he also falls in
And-
two and hurts his back.
Yeah, which apparently they think that might be a reference to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a reference within a reference.
Oh my god, referenceception.
Reference
Yeah.
square.
I agree with you, Matt, and I will bring this up later. But I do hate the stuff where they kind of reference their old stuff too much. But I feel
Yeah.
like this film handled it with a bit more tact than some others, shall we say?
Oh, which we're going to talk about later. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Save that one.
I'm so not in the know right now. I don't know what the fuck he got.
Don't worry about it. You'll find out soon enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like,
Shit.
just so we can pull away from that, so Sam doesn't get really intrigued with what it is.
Oh, I just got it.
So like, actually having Doc Ock, like the Green Goblin, Electro, Lizard, Sandman. I thought
Yeah.
the choice, and especially I think when Doc Ock first unmasks Spider-Man and sees that it's not his Peter Parker, I think that was like, whoa, okay, where are we going to go from here?
Peter Parker.
And more characters.
Oh, can we talk about the fight though with him and Doc Ock? Oh,
What, on the bridge?
cinematic.
Didn't he, man?
Yeah, on the bridge. Yeah, so fucking good. So good, such good. Even the CGI was pretty good then. It wasn't
Yeah.
even that bad.
Their CGI is pretty good throughout, I think.
Yeah, it's
And
decent,
I
yeah.
feel like the Spider-Man films have been slightly lacking in some of the CGI. Maybe that's just me nitpicking. But feel
I
like
mean,
this one
3
did
is
quite well.
trash. If we're talking about CGI.
Sorry, I
from
meant
back in the
specifically
day.
the newer one.
the
Fair enough.
MCU
Tom
one.
Holland
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Talk about the alleyway scene in the third one. Oh my god, that's bad.
That is awful.
is
Yeah.
green screen to shit, isn't it? That one, yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that I think, like, great thing that's going to come out of this film, and like, you know, the internet's talking about it, but is like Andrew Garfield just kind of like really shone in this film, where I feel like
He looked like he was
did.
enjoying the fuck out of this.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
like because I haven't rewatched the Amazing Spider-Man films for a while, but I kind of remember not liking them as much, but it kind of made me want to go back and watch them again.
He's a really good Spider-Man.
I rewatched all Spider-Man films and the 2 Venom films in preparation for this, just in case they linked in, which they kind of do a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're fine. They're kind of what you remember. They're fine. The first one is definitely better than the second one. He's a good Spider-Man. The films are still kind of trash.
Yeah.
The first one's okay.
I remember the
second one's just
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
Pretty
It's
terrible.
still,
2 is the one that's considered one of the
Great.
worst, isn't it? Alongside 3, Spider-Man 3.
yeah.
yeah.
They're like the 2 ones
Yeah.
that are like, meh, if you can leave them.
I've always felt it. Yeah, like I always felt his villains were just really weak compared to the Raimi trilogy. Like
Yeah.
Lizard, I just don't give a
I mean,
shit.
Doc Connors is like in throughout the animated series, to be fair. It's quite a big character, but I think the way it was portrayed
Yeah,
in
he's
the film
pretty tall,
wasn't
isn't he?
as good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's what Sam means, because I like
Yeah.
the idea and concept of like a lizard in what in the
Fuck is
films.
Matt happening?
Matt said he was tall and he was just laughing to himself.
Oh, wait, love that.
Someone's
But
got
yeah,
it.
I agree. The way they did some of the villains were a bit crap. I think just even look at the Green Goblin and how they did him in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah.
I think that just kind of explains everything.
That sums it up.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll forget about that.
Speaking of Green Goblin, though, fucking Willem
Oh,
Dafoe.
he
in this
fucking
film.
The
knocked out the
chief.
park.
So good.
Fucking, I was like, more, please.
Yeah.
More.
More. Like a
I
Green
want more
Goblin
of that.
film.
So we all...
Yeah.
Go on, Alison, you go.
I was convinced he was going to be a cameo. So for him to have such a good fucking role in this and to do it that well,
Yeah.
just my little
And
panties.
it was like a great. Just your little panties.
I did. I regretted it immediately.
It took me a second to realise what you said.
That's his organic webbing, guys.
Yeah, Willem
Very
was
nice.
standing. Yeah.
I think, because I said it to you guys after you watched the film as well, like, Willem Dafoe genuinely scares the shit out of me when I was a kid. Like, in terms of the
Scary
facial
guy, yeah.
expressions he can pull.
Billy
Yeah.
says the exact same thing, especially she got it from the scene in the first one where he like blasts into the hospital where Aunt May's staying. Oh, yeah. And she was like terrified by him ever
Her
since.
performance, Aunt May's performance is so good. There, she's like starts fucking like praying or something. And she's just like, deliver us from evil. Something
Yeah,
like-
it's those sort of scenes you can tell Sam Raimi was a horror director, right?
Yeah. I think it was a great decision though to kind of like smash his mask because his face, he can just like contort his
it's
face in
perfect.
so many
The
ways.
face.
Yeah, I loved seeing his face, but I don't see why he would do that in the film. Like, it's weird to me that he.
I
does
saw
it.
something earlier that made
Other
a good
than the
point.
fact, yeah,
That was, if Spider-Man can punch him in the face and the mask doesn't get destroyed, why does the rock work?
That's true. Yeah.
How
Don't
tempting.
read too much into it.
Maybe Spider-Man is weak.
I kind of forgot that Green Goblin was like super strong as well. I
Yeah.
totally forgot that.
Yeah. Isn't there a bit when Tom Holland like punched him and he just laughs at him like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that bit where his Spidey sense goes off.
Oh,
Such
such a
scene.
tense scene.
It's a great shot as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it really was.
These like a deal
Quite
like a
like-
vertigo shot, don't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Dolly zoom. I was gonna say a Zolly doom.
Zolly Doom.
A Zolly doom.
I do. One thing I didn't like is Ned being magic. I thought that was a bit shit.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
where it comes from. Yeah, it's a little bit like
That
we need
was
someone
pure
to-
laziness.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
just
it's
putting
like-
it there for the sake of it, wasn't it? It was like, here you go.
Totally.
Yeah, it was a bit like it just kind of comes out of nowhere, doesn't it?
Oh, and he very conveniently now probably does not remember he can do that.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
yeah.
They got Men in Black, essentially, didn't they, with the little...
Yeah.
That's something I love about this film is the way where it left Peter Parker, Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm very
Because-
excited to see where this kind of goes.
I have enjoyed the Tom Holland films. I actually rewatched Homecoming the other day and fucking like loved it. Like it was, I just loved. Like, it's so fun that film. Like
Vulture, I think, is a fantastic character.
Oh yeah. Considering
Yeah,
that's a
and I
pretty shit
kinda-
villain, like they've actually done a really good job with that.
yeah, I think the film version's like better than the comic because he's like really like what's his face? Who's the actor?
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton is just fucking great in that. I was kind of sad that he wasn't in this one. I know it probably would have been too many villains, but I think we were talking like it seemed like they were going for Sinister Six.
Yeah, and there were
then
5 of them,
maybe
right?
not." Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
really
It
annoyed
was
me.
like, it's like, come on, just like you could have
Yeah.
got.
Maybe they couldn't get him.
Like Vulture
Maybe
in
he's
there.
busy
But
with something
that
else.
is the
Maybe he didn't
closest
want
they're
do
going
it.
to get to a Sinister Six. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
probably.
think they'll attempt it for fucking decades at this rate.
No.
But what character would you have chosen then for the 6th? Because I really want to see Scorpion, if I'm honest.
I think
I
Vulture
don't
would have
think
been
you're
a
ever
good
going to
shout.
get that.
I would love to see Scorpion in the films, but he's definitely a bit part, I think.
Yeah,
A bit like the Shocker
I feel
in
like-
the first one.
and you're really sad about that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Is that you?
I love that
Who
villain.
thinks that?
Yeah. I don't know why. Do you know why? I do
Yeah,
know
he's just,
why.
like,
It's because of the
share
video
between-
game.
Oh yeah. And he's just like kind of share between two
Yeah.
characters.
I was like, oh, come on, just do it properly.
Who is this? The Shocker.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Who the fuck
He
is
just
that?
has, like in Homecoming, he just has like the kind of like super mechanical.
the guy
fist.
with the fists.
Yeah. Well, my 2 favourite villains, for some reason, when I was growing up on the cartoons and the video games, were Shocker and Mysterio.
Mysterio's pretty cool.
They
Mysterio.
did Mysterio well, at least.
Yeah.
Shocker is just a guy with electric hands, basically.
Yeah.
I was waiting for Adam to say Electro.
Okay.
I was like, just fully electric.
He's just got a fucking defib to attach to his hands. That's all he's got.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyone can
Could
do
resuscitate
that.
someone.
Yeah. Clear.
It's actually a sonic blast in other stuff. But
How is that a shock? How is he called Shocker then? Should be called
Should be called Sonic. Sonic the
Fart.
Hedgehog.
because Electro is a person already.
Yeah, so you're saying
Electro
about the end
is
of the film
pretty
as well, Sam. Oh yeah, no, actually
Yeah.
go back to so Electro. The way they made him in that film, I can't think they kind of reversed the shit they did with him in the last one.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
They didn't because his story was still shit. They didn't change that. His story was still he was
Yeah,
a
but he's attractive now, man.
knob. That's so stupid.
makes all the
Sexy
difference.
Jamie Foxx rather than
Why would he change
nerdy Jamie
appearances
Foxx.
from changing universe? I don't get it.
Because it was a different type of power. They did kind of try and explain it.
But he's
I'm not saying they
doesn't
did a
look
good
like an
job. I'm just saying they
electric
tried
man.
to.
it's fucking
It was an attempt.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
They do
ridiculous.
kind of mention it.
Oh, it's so weird.
Yeah, I think for me
Flim-flamming.
with the end of the film as well, the suit that he makes himself, fantastic. That kind of reminded me of like the old comics, even the games as well.
Yeah.
And I also really like the post credits as well.
The Venom one.
Yeah.
So you got the Venom one,
Oh.
and you've also got the multiverse of madness.
Oh, the teaser for
Yeah.
the multiverse of madness. Yeah, that was a different one.
Yeah.
Well, they
Does that
actually
make
used
One
a teaser
Division
trailer.
canon now? Because that's what I took.
One Division was always canon.
One Division
Yeah,
is
it
canon.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think all the Disney series are.
Oh fuck me, it's canon.
Even
all,
what,
all the Disney Plus ones are
supposedly,
canon.
supposedly what
And
if
also-
is canon as well.
And also, so were the Netflix ones.
Well, all of them.
Yeah.
I'm not
Again,
fucking
Murdoch.
watching. I'm not fucking watching Iron Fist. That can fuck off. I
don't have
watched
to.
Daredevil and realised what the fuck had happened between season 2 and 3, and realised I should have watched The Defenders.
Oh
Don't
yeah.
bother. Don't bother.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've watched it. I've watched Daredevil now, so it doesn't matter. But
Watch all the Daredevils, watch the Jessica Jones, watch some of the Punisher, and you're probably good.
okay,
yeah.
not Luke Cage.
I don't remember
It
enjoying it.
starts
It
off right.
starts off well and then goes downhill pretty quickly.
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you see who's
That's
directing
what I
the
do.
Multiverse of Madness, by the way?
Sam
Yeah,
Raimi.
Sam
Sam
Raimi,
Raimi,
yeah.
yeah. Well excited.
Yeah.
Your boy Sam Raimi.
Oh, if he's a horror guy, it's gonna be amazing.
It's weird
Oh,
that he
yeah.
had footage that he directed in this film.
That is unusual. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a plan all along.
Maybe.
Yeah, I do wonder with kind of May's death and then this version of Spider-Man that's not going to kind of go after MJ and Ned and wants to kind of... He realises he's hurt them, so he wants to kind of detach himself. And I also assume MJ
Yeah.
is going to work out who he is eventually again anyway. It's going to be
Yeah,
something down
I
the line.
imagine he's going to keep popping into that coffee shop, right? If
Yeah.
she stays.
Sure.
Although they're meant to be going to Boston. Maybe?
Boston.
Is it Boston?
Boston.
MIT?
I don't know.
Is that where they were going?
Oh right. Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah. That's a good point.
Unless it's set in the summer or whatever. So
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. I'm predicting a
comes
film
in
that's going to
kind
come
of-
out in like 5 years. So
Yeah.
It depends if she likes him after all the staring he does, though. It's a bit much.
Maybe they'll move
It's
on.
so
and do,
long, isn't it? He's
do
just
Gwen
staring at her for
Stacy or
so
something.
long. They
Yeah,
might
I was
do Gwen
thinking that
Stacy.
whether they're going to do it when.
Yeah, it'd be cool if they.
Yeah, 'cause
I imagine they're going to want to
everyone's
do Spider Gwen at some point.
I think they are, aren't
That'd
they?
be cool.
I think they're planning to do one
Almost
with
definitely.
Emma Stone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why
Oh,
Emma
really?
Stone.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's alright. she's pretty good at that character in Amazing Spider-Man, but I don't know.
She wouldn't have the same chemistry with Tom Holland.
You went from no, she's right. No, she's pretty good in the film actually.
In that film, I don't know if she'd be a good Spider-Gwen, though. That's a different character.
If she was
Good actress.
acting opposite Tom Holland, I don't think it would be quite the same.
They wouldn't be the same
Because she has good chemistry with.
I mean,
Oh, no.
her and Andrew Garfield were fucking, so it's
Yeah, I think they'd have to.
don't shake your head at me.
I think that-
you did it last time.
I think it. I think I can't if I can continue.
I just lost my head on that one.
I think it should be its own thing. Yeah, I think if they bring her into Tom Holland's, that'd be weird.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it should
kind
be
of
its
what
own,
I'm
like,
saying.
series.
I think if
Yeah.
they do Spider Gwen, make it a completely new version.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you'd want them
Yeah.
a bit younger as well. Not to say Emma Stone's old, but I think you kind of want someone on the same age
Yeah.
bracket as Tom Holland, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
That's the way I look at it anyway. Yeah, I think there's a lot. There's a lot in this film, especially with kind of the death, and then you had Andrew Garfield's character as well, his Spider-Man, where he catches MJ, and you got that real heartfelt moment.
That was
Just
good,
like,
yeah.
that really
His-
totally.
enough to
his
make a grown
acting-
man cry.
His acting was so good in that scene. It was so good.
Yeah,
Get
I
the
specifically
tears and
made
everything.
Billy watch Amazing Spider-Man 2 so that she got that reference because I was pretty sure they were going to do something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
better.
Because even the final fight scene, like on the Statue of Liberty, and then with the Captain America's shield that they're fighting on,
oh yeah,
it was quite a really impressive set piece, to be honest.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah. Yeah, I loved the end. The third act actually was great. Just like because that's kind of when it really started like picking up. Especially like for me, as soon as the all the Spider-Men were in the film, like the film just like really elevated for me because at first I was like, yeah, this is like I was enjoying it, but I wasn't like, oh my god. But that definitely elevated the film for me. Just to see their chemistry was like so good.
Oh yeah, I was non-stop smiling in the film. How was the reaction in your cinemas, by the way? Because my cinema was so
Mine was
overjoyed.
dead. Mine was dead,
My-
including me.
yeah, I can't remember anything specifically to be honest. So they'll
Oh,
probably
do you
just
know
do
what's
a
really
normal crowd.
good? I love Electro as a villain. I think he's obviously like super powerful, really, isn't he? He's just awesome. I think. Shocker's better.
I prefer the other electric type.
He's not even electric.
He's Sonic, all right. How is this guy called Shocker not electric?
I know that always confused me as a kid. I was like, what is his fucking power?
I think it's concussion blast or something, isn't it? I don't fucking know.
This is the
Like-
shittest guy.
Like, seismic shocks.
He is a shit villain.
Seismic
he really
shock.
is.
Okay, I can get seismic shock. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Static.
We'll
shock.
go with that.
I know that's
Yeah.
a villain. That's a
a way
Static Shock
better
was
name.
sick.
Seismic-
Do you remember that cartoon? My God,
That's a
what
fucking
show?
great cartoon. That's a DC comic, isn't it?
I think
I
so.
feel-
Yeah,
Yeah. Fucking great. That
I
was
think
awesome.
so, yeah. Sounds about
that was
right.
good.
I think I played as him.
Anyway.
Justice.
Yeah, carry on.
Take it away, Mark. Give us the next segue.
That was just
Still
before I
one
pass over. One of the last things in the film when Tom Holland goes into his new room in New York. Did anyone else expect the guy to come out from across the room and go rent?
I wanted to
'Cause
rent.
I was fully waiting for that. I was kind of glad they
same.
didn't.
I was like, are they going to do it? But that would have been a bit too like linked up at that point.
Yeah.
Because I would have been like, wait, why is he still there? But it was like, they must have designed it after Toby's apartment.
Yeah, it definitely had that sort of vibe.
So
I've not
that's
seen the. I said I've
a
not
bit of a
seen
throwback,
the.
isn't it? So
I've
What
not
other
seen Spider-Man
throwbacks have we
films
got?
recently.
Well, I think that's a segue onto me watching The Matrix Resurrections.
Can I give my one word review? My one sentence review. Sorry.
No, not yet.
One
So
word.
this is the fourth
Shit.
installment of the Matrix franchise. And I'm not letting you have that because I'm going to give mine, which is it's a bit of a pile of wank, isn't it?
Okay, that's not my opinion on it.
Go on then.
Oh, fuck off. This is the best film I've ever seen.
No. It's okay if you leave the cinema 5 minutes before it ends.
I disagree with that entirely. I think it's a
Did you
better
think the
film.
ending was the best bit, did you?
No. I think the whole film is kind of a waste of space.
I think it's okay. Like,
I was...
I feel like one for the popcorn. It's like,
I had an opportunity
I
this
knew it'd
on the
be
weekend to
totally
go
opposite.
see it, and I chose another film.
I
was like, I just don't
honestly
want it.
wouldn't, even if you're a massive fan. I just really didn't get on with this. It's so up its own arse, man.
oh, fuck me, it is up its own ass. Like, Warner Brothers were wanking themselves off for this
Oh,
one. Jesus
massively.
Christ.
Jesus Christ. So, speaking of films that like harp on their past success, the first hour of this is unbearably meta.
Oh, bullet time
yeah.
is so amazing. We love bullet time. Literally, they say
Genuinely
that.
just absolutely wanking themselves off over
Oh,
it.
Yeah.
my God.
Basically the first film and even the second too, which
Yeah.
most people, let's be honest, don't really get on with.
No.
yeah.
I don't know. What did you enjoy about this, Matt?
I don't know. I just, the story was okay, I guess. I
Yeah,
can
I
see
would
myself
say
like I could
the
see it
best-
sort of going somewhere until the end, and
Yeah. The best bits are
the
definitely
end was, you have to agree the end was the worst part.
I-
It
yeah,
was
we'll get to
fucking
it.
awful.
the
I kind of want to
the best
like,
bits.
see this just for the end now.
You should. It's fucking abysmal.
The best bits are the bits that don't really deal with Neo that much. I would say, and like
Yeah.
kind of world building outside of what has already happened. There are some interesting ideas there, and I do genuinely feel like the film would be a bit better if they didn't focus on Neo or Trinity,
Right, okay.
like at all. Just
Yeah. I think you're
completely
right there. I
ignore
think
them and do a new thing.
if they'd have done a whole new thing, I think that would have been really good. Like,
Yeah.
I think they explain why everything's sort of come back quite well. I don't
Yes.
think that's done poorly. I think that's done like, obviously I think everyone knows that Morpheus is back in this. And they sort of explain that quite well. It's actually
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they explain it.
Yeah.
Why is it Morpheus? Was there any relevance?
It didn't need to be. No, it didn't.
No,
But,
it was totally pointless for it to be Morpheus.
It's fine though. It's fine.
It's really not.
Do you know what? Do you know what? After seeing this film, I really want to be thrown through a wall. Because there were so
We can
many.
arrange it, Matt, if you want. We can arrange that.
Because there were so many scenes where people were getting thrown through walls. And I thought, oh, that's like a lot of fun.
That's like
Not like a real wall,
So
like a fake.
Matt's renovating
like a
this
film wall.
weekend.
Yeah. Like a film wall, like plasterboard or whatever they
film
get
wall.
thrown through. Yeah.
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Just
One
looked like
question
a lot
I
of fun.
have:
They did a lot
how's
of
the
that.
action? Like, how are the fight scenes? Because from what I've seen, they look a bit naff.
They're okay. Like they're
okay.
nothing. It's not unfollowable or anything.
Yeah.
It's just a bit.
Yeah, no, it's all right. And the actors are in it are pretty good as well. They're okay. They're not the worst.
I love this back and forth. Yeah, shit. Yeah, it's no, the film's alright.
So one thing that annoyed me, and this is in trailers and interviews and stuff, so I don't think it's a massive spoiler, but just in case, potential spoiler. They've got a character who plays effectively Agent Smith.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't think
yeah.
that's a
And
massive
whilst-
spoiler, is it?
No, and whilst I like the actor and kind of what he does, he would have worked better as like a new character. Because do you remember in like the third one or the second one, they've got a guy who's kind of possessed by Agent Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he plays
right,
like
yeah.
a fake
That's the third
Agent
one,
Smith
isn't it? Yeah.
so well.
Yeah, he does that
Mr.
so well.
Anderson, yeah.
Whereas this guy
no.
is like just doing his own thing. And it's really off-putting, kind of having
I
that to
don't
compare
mind
it
that
to.
though. I don't mind that
Of course not.
because yeah,
What is this? It's just, I don't mind that.
what you said about the thing about a new start with Matrix, I think like because it is a new person, it's kind of nice that it's not Hugo Weaving. I mean, it
But
would
then
have been
have
good
it
to
be a
have
new
him back.
character?
Yeah, I mean, they could have had a new character. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So this might no.
What?
This might be spoiler. I was going to ask, like, is he supposed to be a reincarnation of Agent Smith?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's
Like straight up, yes.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
And
I don't know if it's a spoiler.
what
though, 'cause it's
does
kind
he
of
always call
suggested.
Neo?
Mr.
Oh,
are you
yeah.
asking
Yeah,
us, Mr. Anderson?
genuine question.
Oh,
What does he
yeah.
always call him?
Yeah, Mr. Anderson.
Yeah,
Calls
doesn't
him
call him
fucking
that.
Tom.
Calls him Tom.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
what?
is that because he's a new version of him? Because he's changing up? I don't know. It's weird. Yeah.
I feel like you're trying
Sound
to
as good as Mr.
protect
Anderson.
this film, Matt.
Yeah,
I
I don't know
enjoyed
why.
it. I did enjoy it until the end. I really. I'm going to
would
say
say-
something really fucking. Oh, I enjoyed this more than I enjoyed Spider-Man.
Oh man.
You deserve a bitch slap.
If I was in person with you, I'd get one. I know, but
Is this how we're starting 2022?
Yes.
Like that's. Yeah,
There is
fuck
good
me.
stuff in this film. I really liked Neil Patrick
it might have
Harris.
just been the mindset I was
He
in
was
when I
quite
watched
good.
them both. Clearly, I was like, didn't want to watch Spider-Man, and clearly I wanted to watch Matrix.
Yeah.
So-
The ending of this is bullshit. I will agree with you.
Oh fuck! The ending is terrible. Holy shit! It's bad.
It does something where
It could have finished before
yeah,
that. It could have finished
it
before it.
does this thing that is there's no setup for it. There's no explanation really why it happens, but it does happen.
I thought they were going another path with it, and I thought they were just going to end, and then they just sort of like close that ending off completely and just do this other ending. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Without trying to spoil it.
I wouldn't bother going and seeing it. Like, if you
Yeah.
happen to be able to watch it
I wouldn't
easily,
bother seeing it in the cinema.
go for it.
Watch it at home.
It's not
How
necessary.
long? How long is the film, Edison?
It's like
2.5 hours.
Yeah, 2.5.
Don't know why I answered.
It's just, I just genuinely like. I wasn't even excited for this. I went in with low expectations.
If you like
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
films, go watch this.
I like shit films, but there's
It's
no
not.
appeal
It's
to
a
this.
different kind of shit. It's a different kind of shit. Totally.
trying to think of a good recovery scene. The green screen is fucking awful. The green screen is terrible.
Oh,
It's
he's
so
turning.
obviously
We're
green
getting him. Go.
You know when they're in the dojo? It's
Yeah.
in the trailers, so it's not really a spoiler. But they're in the dojo.
Yeah, with Morpheus,
looks
who didn't need
so-
to be Morpheus.
With Morpheus, it didn't need to be Morpheus. The green screen is so fucking obvious, which is weird. Why don't they just actually make it? Why don't they actually use a fucking set?
Yeah, why didn't they use an actual
I know.
dojo in the middle of a lake that doesn't exist?
No, but they could have made an actual dojo. The fucking thing is not
Interior
even-
shots. So, does anyone like? I don't know if I'm going fucking crazy, but does anyone remember when there was a Matrix film being developed with Michael B. Jordan in? That was a thing, right?
Oh, vaguely.
What the fuck ever happened to
I'm
that?
guessing it just
Because
got
that was like
absolutely
exciting.
canned.
Well, it didn't come
Yeah.
out, did it? So
Yeah. I do vaguely remember hearing something about that. Was like years ago.
Yeah.
right?
That'd have been
I
great.
remember being quite excited about that because that was
Yeah.
kind of when he was coming off like Creed, Black Panther,
Or was it? Shit. That'd have been great.
and it,
Shame.
If they, and if they had done like a
Well,
more
they've
of a
killed.
reboot.
They've killed the Matrix now, so don't expect it anymore.
So this was
well done.
one of the sisters, wasn't it? It wasn't both of them again.
Yeah. It
What?
was-
No, they haven't killed the
Lana.
Matrix, have they? The Matrix still exists. Or does it?
I don't know. I don't know what you're saying right now.
Matt, are you okay? Blink twice if
I'm good.
you've
I'm
got a
good,
gun
fam.
to your head.
Jesus Christ.
Uh,
Anyway, pile of wank. Don't go see it.
Cool.
okay.
Thank you
don't
for
see the
confirming
cinemas.
what I had already heard. So now we finished our mini topics. We're going to move on to the main topic, which is things that we didn't talk about last year that we didn't really have a chance to. Whether it's because a better game came out or something that was kind of in the news, maybe we wanted to talk about, we spoke about instead. So I'm going to pass over to Sam to talk about something that he didn't talk about last year.
Cool. Yeah. So one game that I played a lot of last year was Ghost Runner. I think this game kind of came out in late 2019, and I remember it came out before Cyberpunk 2077 came out. And I initially got the game to be like a bit of an appetizer to Cyberpunk, but now I fucking way prefer this game over Cyberpunk.
I think that would be a common consensus.
Yeah.
I haven't even played this game you're talking about, and I prefer it. I can't even remember the name of it, so and I think I prefer it.
You're like, yeah, it's a better game. But I don't know. It's just basically it's like a
the
3D
good
action
cyberpunk.
platformer. Yeah, it's the good cyberpunk game. Yeah, it's like a 3D action platformer, and it's like really fast paced, and it kind of like mixes up like Titanfall, like with the wall running and shit, kind of like a Mirror's Edge, that kind of style. Mixed with there's an indie game called Katana Zero, which is like a kind of 2D kind of like action game. Okay. It's kind of like those two blended together. And what's really cool about the game is like it has this kind of really like fair system where every enemy can kill you in one hit, but you can do the same to them. But you just have like a fucking a katana, whereas they're like robots and shit and fucking firing everything at you. And you can go into like bullet time. As we all know, bullet time is so cool.
Yeah, Warner Brothers.
Yeah, to like dodge around bullets and it I don't know, it's just a fucking awesome game. It's got an amazing soundtrack.
There's a VR game called Robo Recall, which sounds very similar to this, and it came out many years ago.
I'm getting a VR.
I feel like Matt really wants to talk about his VR.
I know, yeah. It's like, and onto mine.
Did it have a soundtrack that slapped as much as the song that Sam sent through earlier?
No, not quite. No, it's a good soundtrack, but not quite.
Which you should play now.
Oh yes, I forgot I have sound bites.
Soundtrack is so fucking good. Here we go. Ready? Here we go.
Oh,
It's
so
fucking
good.
sick, man.
So just imagine this, where you're like wall running, bullet timing, fucking slashing.
Oh, this plays while you play. It's not even just like title music.
No, mate, this is fucking level music.
That's just a vibe. Oh.
I honestly had like 5 tracks I was trying to choose between today because I was like, oh, that one's good.
I would get
That
nothing
one's so
done. I
good.
would just sit in the middle of the level, just listening. Like, yeah.
Try and shoot on time as well, like.
But yeah, it's just...
chime stuff for the drop, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, fully.
Yeah, like go slow
throws a grenade, like.
But yeah, it's a sick game, and another thing I love about the game is like I kind of come back to it like every few months, and I swear every time I do, they've like added like a new mode. There's like a fucking like wave mode, a fucking I think no, not boss rush mode. But anyway, they add like tons of new modes, and they're doing a fucking another DLC for it. I think it's like free as well.
Oh nice.
Where you
And
play
this
as
came out in
like, another
2019.
character.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
It's like they're kind of trying to show up Cyberpunk, isn't it?
yeah, pretty much. Like, look how fucking prepared we are.
Yeah, fuck you.
It's just sick. It's got like very cyberpunky. It's got like that banging kind of like synthwave-esque soundtrack. Really fast-paced game. I fucking love it. It's honestly like one of my favorite games. It's so good.
What's it on, platform-wise?
Everything. So yeah, it's even on the Switch, but it looks a bit dog shit. But
Yeah, it sounds like something you'd want to play on.
Yeah, get on your Series.
Get it on a
consoles or
PC.
It looks fucking great as well, actually. Like, graphically, it looks awesome.
I get the feeling that Addison might be playing this very soon.
I might have to. It sounds fucking sick.
He was on his phone a minute ago. He's already bought it.
I hope you like it.
I've totally forgotten the name of it. Is it called Ghost Runner?
Yeah.
Ghost Runner, yeah.
Okay, I didn't forget the name of it. I thought I had.
Yeah.
Adds to basket.
You'll die a lot, but it has like an instant
I'm used to that.
restart system.
Oh, he plays,
move on to
he
your
plays
game?
Dark Souls, yeah. Well,
Yeah. Good shit.
Nice.
good shit. Good shit.
Nice. Well, I'm going to go on to the one I was playing last year that I didn't talk about, which was Ratchet and Clank. Could you play a sound bite for me, Matt, please?
Fucking play. It's the Lord of the Rings bit.
Oh, this is the Spider-Man one.
It's the Lord of the Rings bit.
I love
Here we
the
go.
Danny Elfman score.
That's the Lord of the Rings bit.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you do say Spider-Man. It is Insomniac that did Ratchet and Clank.
There we go.
They also did
we go.
Spyro back in the day as well, didn't they, Insomniac?
Which ones?
They did. Yeah.
The
The
original.
original trilogy.
Really?
Did they do... No, I don't think they did.
They did Resistance
They did.
as well, I think, which was...
They did. Sorry,
Resistance?
what did you say, Mark?
Yeah, they did the Resistance games as well.
Did they?
They do Infamous.
I don't
Yes,
think so.
I think.
Or did
no,
That's what
I
I
thought
was
they did.
thinking.
Yeah, I thought they did do that one.
Or is that Sucker Punch?
Who is?
No.
I felt like
Sucker
Infamous
Punch,
was
I
a
think,
different
yeah.
company, but
They're the ones that did like Ghost
Fact
of
check.
Tsushima.
I think that.
No,
yeah,
I'm
think
pretty.
it
No,
might
I'm
be.
pretty sure they did Infamous.
yeah.
Spider-Man.
These guys did. These guys did Resistance. That was a great game actually. The first couple.
Never played it.
but
Yeah,
did they
it's
do
like- it's like
Infamous,
a
Matt?
war-
We got fact check.
No, they didn't do
right now.
Infamous. They didn't do
Oh.
Infamous.
Sucker Punch did it, I think. Yeah,
I think that's Sucker Punch. I think you're right there.
but yeah.
Yeah, so Ratchet and Clank 2016. It took me a while to get around to
Sucker
playing
punch.
it. I'm a bit of a patient gamer a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But this came out in March as part of PlayStation's Play at Home program. So we were kind of in the midst of lockdown. I kind of forget about that in 2021. It was that kind of from Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Onwards till about April.
Is-
We were just fully locked down.
Yeah. Is this the reboot or the one that came out this year? Or is that PS5
This
exclusive?
is the reboot.
The reboot, yeah.
The Rift Apart
Okay.
one's the one that came out this year for
Right.
the PS5.
Okay.
I've never
haven't got
played a
PS5
Ratchet
yet,
and Clank
so-
game. I've
Neither
never
have
played
I.
a Ratchet and
Like,
Clank.
No.
I've never played it on the PS2. I know there's a ton of games out there, so I thought, oh, I'll give it a go. It looks fun. I like Insomniac from what they've done with Spider-Man, Resistance, Spyro,
Yeah.
love them all. It was just a really fun platformer. The really weird thing about this though is that it's tied in with the film that came out, but it's a remake of.
I forgot about that.
It's a remake
fuck
of
was
the
the
first
film?
game. So it's like a film of the
Yeah,
game
yeah.
that it's the film of.
Oh, it's a remake of the first game. I thought
It's
it
a
was
remake,
like a
yeah.
whole
It's-
reboot.
Apparently, like according to a lot of people, it is just a complete, like exact remake.
Oh.
And there's just
One
additional things in there that you wouldn't have had in the first
I
one.
had no idea. That makes me want to play it more because obviously I didn't know the story, so I thought, oh, there's no point me jumping into like the fourth game. But if it's
Yeah,
literally
that's
the
how I
first
felt.
game, yeah,
It was just so.
I had
the fact
no
that
idea.
PlayStation gave it away for free. I was like,
yeah.
I'll take it.
But
I
if
mean, I
you
don't
thought
have
it was a
PlayStation to play
reboot,
it,
surely
but-
that makes it the first game.
Well, no, you can have a reboot of a series and it doesn't do anything with the same series, does it? I don't know. I can't think of an example right now, but
Halo Infinite is a soft. Well, you have like soft reboots. I
yeah.
guess, don't you?
Okay, yeah.
But then
soft
that's not a
reboots.
reboot,
Yeah.
that's just a sequel.
no.
Yeah, they picture.
I'm trying to think
picture
of an
it as a reboot.
example. I cannot think of
But
an
it wasn't.
example. Oh,
You think of
I
one
can't
while I
think
carry on talking.
Yeah.
We'll come back to you if you
of
think
one.
of
Okay,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, so this game kind of, I think it scratched the same itch that Spider-Man did. It's like, it's got the collectibles, it's got kind of all the upgrades you can do to your weapons. It's got that kind of collectathon side of it that was really enjoyable. It makes you want to play to 100%. It makes you want to complete the game.
Yeah.
And weirdly now, it's made me kind of excited to want to pick up a PS5. And the only games I want to play on the PS5 are going to be the Insomniac games by the sounds of it right now. Because I want to play,
Yes,
I want to
Spider-Man.
play Miles Morales, Rift Apart, and then I'm going to
Yeah.
play Spider-Man 2 when that comes out next year. So it looks like I might get a PS5 just for Insomniac. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. They are good, yeah. They
They are great
got good
games.
track
They do
records.
great games.
But yeah, for them to release like those games and Spider-Man games within quite a short period, that's quite impressive.
That's pretty. Yeah. Do you know what they did? Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, they
Fucking
did that,
sick game. Love that game.
That's what they did. That's what I think I was thinking of as Infamous.
That was one of the best games
Yeah.
on
I'm supposed to see what to play.
the
Yeah.
Xbox One. Loved it.
probably. Yeah,
Well, I
it
liked
was really
Infamous,
fun.
so
It really reminded me of Jet Set Radio
Jet Set
Future.
Radio.
Yeah.
I knew that was where this conversation was going.
When is that fucking?
I don't know. It's one of those ones that could have come out
probably
and we
already-
just missed it.
Yeah, it's probably already out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably got a really
got
wank
ignored.
name
I
that
hope
you just
not.
don't know.
It does have a weird name, to be fair. It's like,
It's like
Hyper
Inline Skater
Super.
4,
Yeah.
Rollerblader.
Rollerblade Future.
Rollerblader 5000.
Yeah, I think just for me, this game felt like just pure fun. It was just really enjoyable to sit down, kind of. One of them ones that, I think sometimes you play a game, you're like, oh, I'll put the controller down now, I'm done for like today. But I could easily have sat through and just kept playing it. It was that kind of
that's
game.
cool.
It was just
Yeah.
pure fun. I think it's what
Yeah.
you need
Wow.
sometimes as well.
Yeah, it's been a while since I played a game that has done that for me, I think, other than VR games, obviously.
Well, you talk of VR, Matt. Do you want to talk about your...
Oh, you're done, are you? Okay, all right.
Yeah, there
okay,
we go.
yeah.
You take it.
Yeah. So, obviously, I fucking love VR. I don't know if you know this, but I fucking love VR. Addison
What?
is stuck in like a face
For the
It's
people
like, yeah.
for the people that listen in,
Just your whole
obviously,
topic.
for the people that can't see Matt, he's currently like fully like VR headset
articulating
up,
my hands.
headphones on.
yeah.
He actually doesn't
Yeah.
live in the real world
I'm
anymore.
in VR. No, the real world
That's why he likes
sucks.
the Matrix so much.
Yeah,
That's where he
he's already
fucking
there.
lives. He's like, oh no, they're
like,
trying
I
to
can
destroy my
relate.
world where I live. Neo's a bad guy.
Fucking Tom.
Fuck you, Tom. I'm going to talk about not a game, not a TV series, not a movie. I'm going to talk about a system.
Well, we're talking about things we haven't spoken about.
The Matrix.
Oh, fuck off. I've not spoken about the Quest 2. Right, technically I didn't buy this in 2021. But I played it a lot in 2021. So that's my justification for talking about it. I've played so many games with... You've heard me talk about... If you've listened to all of our podcasts, you've heard me talk about many VR games. Resident Evil 4 VR is my favourite game of 2021. But I can't talk about that again, so I've got to talk about something related. But for me, there's nothing... This is the best thing to come out of gaming in a long time, I think. Because gaming is very samey, and there's not much has really changed in like the styles of games, I suppose. Like since PS3, you know, the graphics have gotten better, but not much has really like made it any more immersive or anything like that. Not really like broken the barrier of gaming.
I'm going to argue with you here, Matt. I think
Okay,
the
go
Wii bowling changed
All
the
right,
game.
well,
Fuck
yeah.
me.
That's fine though, because that was kind of like the start of it, because VR is kind of like adding on to that, because that's kind of like you're bowling with a controller like you would in real life, not with a controller, but with your hand, I guess.
And no
That's
legs.
going to knock the pins down.
But you're doing the motion of
Matt's
bowling.
living room is
whereas
just full of broken screens and mirrors.
I punched the wall the other day. That's the only thing bad thing about VR.
I told you need to work on your anger issues.
You're trying to throw himself through it, wasn't it?
But VR, right? Okay, so VR takes it on a whole nother level, and it immerses you in every single game that you play. And there's no greater feeling than being immersed in a game. You escape reality, and you break that barrier of gaming that has been made. This is very like philosophical.
This is quite touching, yeah.
I like we've been sponsored.
It does feel like a sponsor.
Yeah, sponsor me. But yeah, I don't know. This is such a unique way of playing games. I think you've really got to have the correct brain to do it, I guess. Because if you get motion sick, or not, if you get motion sick or anything like that, then it kind of like fucks up your playing of it. And if you can't play for like extended periods of time, like I can only really play for about an hour. When I played Resident Evil 4, I played for a few hours or a couple of hours at a time, and it was a bit much. It does do your head in a bit because you've got screens right in front of your face, which are great, and they're really immersive. And like I've got a cheap headset. In the VR market, I've got a cheap headset. The Meta Quest 2 or the Oculus Quest 2 is considered a cheap headset, and I've got the cheapest one. But it sits at £300, and like I think Steam do one, it's like £900. I think HTC Vive do one, which is like £1,500. So they actually go up a lot higher. But the Oculus Quest 2 is a standalone VR headset, so you can play games on it without a PC. I think that's in a way that's better than a console. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I haven't played
I
it.
think for people that haven't played VR, I think we need to come visit you, and then you hook us up and see how
It's actually like a really good party sort of like thing to do, because you can play like silly games. Like I went to my dad's for Christmas, and me, my dad, and my stepmom were playing mini golf. We were like taking turns with mini golf, and it's so silly, like such a silly little game. But I didn't want to like put them into like fucking Resident Evil 4 to start with, because they would be.
Well, hi, Dad. I've not seen you for a couple of weeks, but
There's some fucking zombies. Yeah. Yeah. I thought I'll start off with something nice, you know, a bit of light mini golf. My stepmom fucking loved it. She absolutely loved it. She literally like, I need to have another go because that's so good. It's so realistic, and
Right.
There's
I
such...
around Matt so much, and we've never played VR.
We've
fucking
not.
anyway. This is
No,
a
we should.
disgrace.
Yeah, we definitely should. Yeah. We
played that
will.
robot
Next
game,
time you come
that's
around, we will. We'll do it.
There we go.
Yeah. You're not even... Yeah. To be honest, that's not even like the best game ever. It's literally mini golf. There's so many better games on it. And... like when I talked about Boneworks, that was such a good game. Half-Life Alyx was amazing. What a
That was
great...
one I always.
That was such a good one. It was like 50 quid at the time, but it was so much
Yeah,
worth.
I wish I could.
It was
play
worth
that
it. Yeah. It's such a good game. Like the cinematic feeling you get in VR is so, especially when you strap on a good pair of headphones as well, because the Quest 2 doesn't come with headphones. It's got like speakers on it, so it's really clever how it works, and it is really good. The sound is really good, but when you put on headphones, it's obviously so much better. And I've got like with the Quest that you get as well, you only get like a loose sort of like fabric strap, and like the cushion on the face isn't very good either. So I've actually bought bought the Elite Quest headset, or the head strap. So it's like plastic, and actually like you twist it and it tightens, and it's proper.
Okay.
And then I got new pads. You can't see this, but I'm putting my fingers around my eyes. New pads around the eyes to make it a more comfortable experience. And you can actually, because I wear glasses, they're all doing it now. Because I wear glasses, you can actually buy prescription lenses to go over the
that's good.
eyepieces, which is amazing. Yeah, I haven't done it yet. I need to do
That's
it.
really cool.
Sounds balls expensive.
It's not that bad. It's only like
No.
40 quid for a pair. But I just haven't got around to doing it because I haven't really needed
I'd call
to.
that expensive.
Well, the headset's
game.
300 quid, so it's it's cheap
We're
compared
not all
to that.
ballers like Matt, okay?
We don't have that Oculus money.
Oh, fuck me, I wish.
So we should expect more reviews of VR games.
Yes,
in
you
2022
should.
from you.
Do you know there's a game I want to play? There's a Jurassic World game where you're literally hiding from dinosaurs. I want to fucking play that.
It's the
I
whole
want to
game.
play that shit.
Yeah.
If that's the whole game, I'd be
Tell
happy
you what,
with that.
I'm
to be
winning
fair.
that game right now.
Oh, fuck me. I had a jarring experience the other day. There's a mod to play Resident Evil 2, the remastered one, in
With the
VR.
Velociraptor.
Not with the fucking Velociraptor, no.
Fucking Dino Crisis.
But fuck me, it wasn't. It's obviously not made for VR, so it didn't work very well, and it made me feel very ill. Especially the cutscenes, because it kind of like attaches your head
everywhere.
to the character's head, and they're like bobbling all over the place. And
Oh,
like, oh fuck,
that's a
no,
bit
this is too
fucking-
much.
Yeah.
So I kind of gave up at that point. But yeah, I mean the Star Wars game I've been playing is really good. There's a game called Blade and Sorcery, which you literally like. You can just fight people with swords and magic spells, and it's really basic. But you literally just chop people's heads off. And when can I chop someone's head off in real life? I can't. So
Dude,
Well, you know where
seriously,
you can
anger
chop
issues.
someone's head off?
Yes, in my thing that I'm talking about, I am talking about Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, which is
I always forget about that subtitle.
yeah, me too.
That's
I,
subtitle, rather.
I had to
Oh, yeah.
think of it on the fly there because I totally forgot what it was called.
Shadows Die
Twice?
Thrice?
Yeah.
No, twice.
Yeah, so this is a From Software game. As you all have probably heard if you've listened to previous episodes, is I've become a little bit obsessed with From Software games in the past year, which is
You just
coincidentally
love
how
punishment.
long we've been doing this podcast.
they've got a shit name though, haven't they?
I was going
From
to say, like, I
Software.
hate that
Yeah,
name.
it's not great.
'Cause it doesn't
awful
sound like
name.
you're saying company name. Company name.
No.
when
Yeah,
you
where's
say
it
that.
from?
Software. Where's it from? Software. Oh well.
Yeah, it's a bit of a dull name, but
Yeah.
they've been going for years as well, like way longer than you
Dark
think.
Souls has been around. They did Dark Souls, right?
They did Demon Souls before that as well, but
shit,
even before that, they were established.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they did a great Xbox game called, like, Oni.
Yeah, I think they did a couple of
Oh,
those.
something Shadows.
Shadows Die Twice.
Shadows.
So
Dark
this
Souls.
is it's kind of a Souls-like, like the Bloodborne and Dark Souls, obviously,
Really?
but it's not really one of those,
Okay. Yeah.
despite what you might think. It's a lot, for me personally, it was a lot harder because the combat system is
Yeah.
Christ.
totally different.
I've heard, yeah.
The big thing in this is that you're meant to parry, and with that you build up and break people's stances, and then once stances are broken, you attack. So the health of enemies is actually quite low. For a lot of like the big bosses, you actually only have to hit them like 2 or 3 times.
Whoa.
But to do that, you have to break their stance, either by parrying perfectly or hitting them when they're.
It's quite good. There's quite a like different technique to how they're doing their old.
Yeah, it's totally different system of playing. It feels a lot more like a rhythm game in a way.
Yeah.
Just Dance.
Yeah, just like that.
Dance
Yeah.
Revolution.
Yeah, maybe it'll be a bit easier if you plug in one of those mats.
I was about to say, imagine there's some wanker out there that's playing that on a dance mat.
Yeah.
You know it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. What happened to dance?
More like the sort of like Tap Tap Revenge ones, or Guitar Hero, which is an actual game, not Tap Tap Revenge from your iPhone from 10 years ago.
That's like one of the first ones as well. Like, where did you pull that from?
I don't know. It just what popped into my head.
Tap Revenge. Fuck, I remember that.
Oh, they had some good tunes. No, I didn't. But I didn't talk about this one because I didn't actually complete it. But I really enjoyed it whilst I was playing it. But I got to a point where I just got very frustrated with it because it was so different from what I actually wanted, which was Soulsborne type game.
Yeah,
because it's very closely related. It is as hard as those in some ways. For me personally, it was harder because I couldn't get the parries quite perfect. I've heard from a lot of people that if you go into this one without having kind of had the Dark Souls or Bloodborne done, it might actually be easier because you don't have
because you're not used to that
way of playing in your head.
I kind of want to give this one a go.
Yeah, so do I. It looks really cool.
It really is. It's very satisfying. It's very gory, and it's got this awesome like aesthetic in that it's almost playing as if you see those like Japanese artists like drawings and stuff of like mythical beasts and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It almost like tells that as if those had happened and those monsters were real, but in a kind of grounded way almost.
Right.
So like you fight a boss and there's a big guy, so he's like exaggeratedly big. And you fight, there's a giant snake, and it's like exaggeratedly giant. It's stuff like that. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I think I know what you're trying to say. Yeah.
So the style's great, and I would recommend it, but it is balls hard as you would expect.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking
Nice.
about.
Cool.
Right, I think that concludes all of our main topics. And seeing as it's our 1 year anniversary, we'll play a little game, I think. I'll have a little discussion as well. We should have a little discussion as well that we had a few other names that we were going to give to the podcast, and maybe the origin of the name as well. Because I think we've had a few people be like, why are you called that?
Yeah.
So, kind of take you back a year.
Why are we called that?
Yeah, so Sam, I think it was you that decided kind of last year for New Year's resolution that you wanted to do a podcast.
Yeah, because I wanted to do something a bit more creative, and then obviously we had been playing a lot of Warzone before that and had like lots of banter on that, and I was like, oh, maybe that could like translate well into a podcast. So I thought I'd, like,
and that was definitely
throw the idea
dying a
out.
death by that point, wasn't it? We'd played a lot of Warzone by that point.
Yeah, I think we were playing it once, maybe twice a week sometimes.
Yeah, there would be the old one where I was like, oh, I'm on Warzone if anyone wants to jump in, and
I never
kind of
did.
like,
Yeah, it'd always be you, Sam. You'd be on at a weird time, and I'd be like, fuck it, I'll join you. Go on.
yeah, it'd be like 10 o'clock at night. Anyone want to join? Then luckily you guys agreed.
Yeah, we went ahead with it, and then I think we worked out a formula, and then we brainstormed a couple names out there. So I'm going to go through some of the names that we did originally come up with, because I'd forgotten about them when I'd looked through.
Yeah, I got remember.
So we had Tepid Milk Cast.
That's not a real one.
No, Tepid Minds. Talking Tepid. Tepid Talks.
Oh, Christ.
And then the final name that we agreed on that Adson brought up was the Tepid Take.
Good name.
And that's the one that stuck.
Strong name.
You definitely need to
out
know.
of all of them, that is the best one, yeah.
You definitely now need to explain why we were so insistent on tepid.
Tepid.
Yeah, so Tepid kind of comes weirdly from back with when we started Warzone. So we're in the midst of the first lockdown. Addison spoke with Sam and Matt, who I knew of, but we weren't formally friends like we are now.
Yeah.
We all got together, we started playing Warzone. And then we started to drop in Farmland all the time, didn't we? It was like the place we went to. So we called
Which is a
ourselves
place in
Farmy Boys.
Warzone.
Oh yeah, actually probably like the place in Warzone that we dropped.
We used to go to the farmlands together.
So we called ourselves like the Farmy Boys to start with. And I think there was one time where
The thing
Matt
is,
had leftover
we only
chicken
dropped
wings.
there because we kept getting clapped there.
Yeah.
So
just
we
like the
actually sucked at that area.
But we just had some weird obsession with it.
It was such a good area,
Just 'cause
but it
it
was
was
just so
farmland.
shit there. That's the problem. Yeah.
And I think like most people do when you're playing online games, you're just chatting all the time, laughing, not really paying attention
Yeah.
to the game, which is probably why we weren't like elite squad. And it took like 3 months to get our first win.
No,
but
speak for
it is
yourselves.
what it
Speak
is.
for yourselves.
And I think there was just one day where there was just so many jokes thrown about. I think Matt was eating like chicken
some
wings,
chicken-
like hot wings.
No, they weren't chicken
Hot
wings.
wings.
They were like chicken tenders, but they were spicy ones, I think.
They're from Domino's,
Spicy
weren't they?
boys.
I remember.
Were they from Domino's?
And
I think
No,
so. I
they
think they were
weren't
like a
from
Domino's
Domino's.
side or something.
I don't
I
know.
remember
What
thinking,
Domino's.
why haven't you got
I think it was Domino's, you know, Sam. I think it was.
Was it?
Yeah,
And he
I
was
swear it
moaning.
was.
He was just moaning the whole time, like how it was spicy. So we were just like, get milk. And then it all of a sudden got onto like getting warm milk and then like tepid milk. And then tepid milk just
Yeah.
like stayed for some
unpleasant.
reason.
It's still
It's still unpleasant.
It
yeah.
is still
We became
unpleasant.
obsessed with the phrase tepid.
So weird. Yeah.
Because it was such a disgusting thought.
Yeah. I think that's.
It's
the
horrible.
grotesque
That's where our
form.
name comes from.
I know. Tepid milk.
And then next thing you know, we called the WhatsApp the Tepid Boys or something like that, wasn't it? Or something.
Tepid boys, yeah.
And then
We
now
would change
got
our like
podcast.
gamer tags, didn't we?
Yeah, Matt's has changed his. His is Tepid Matt.
Such a weird origin. It's like
It doesn't make any
like,
sense.
what?
At the
but that's
time,
what-
like it sounded all right, like tepid take, because it's not a hot take. Because
it's
half
like-
the shit we talk about is old as fuck.
yeah.
So it ain't a hot take. It's a tepid
No.
take. That was
yeah,
my
it's
thinking
good.
behind it.
Okay.
And it's kind of
Yeah,
worked
yeah.
That's a
because we
good
have
thought
got some
about it,
real
yeah.
tepid takes. We've got
Yeah.
like Matt for fuck's sake with like Matrix today. Tepid take. What the hell? Unbelievable. So yeah, that's the origin
I was
of
definitely
us.
so-
more
yourself.
harsh because you was defending it as well. By the way,
I was like, no, it's fucking shit.
So before we move on to kind of our thank yous to everyone that's been listening this year, I thought we'd do a little numbers game with some of the stats that we've got. So we've got Instagram as well as just our official stats that I've gone through. I picked out some numbers, and they're going to go in ascending order. I've got 7 of them. So I'm going to put it out to you guys, and we'll go Addison, Matt, Sam,
okay.
and then I'll tell you the real answer.
I have some intro music to our game show, quotation marks.
Go on, let's go. Oh,
So Family Guy.
It really is.
Brian.
welcome guys to the stat show. I'm going to put my glasses on now, so I don't wear glasses.
Lewis.
I'm
Why'd you have
Statman.
glasses if you don't know who wear glasses? What?
I'm Statman Steve. Are you ready to take part in the quiz?
You look more like a
No,
DJ with
yeah.
that hat. And the,
I know. Okay, so the first number I have for you guys is number 1. Just 1. So Addison, what does this relate to?
our position in the iTunes top podcast of the year.
Oh, very, very good. So over to Matt.
The shittest podcast list.
Okay. Complete polar opposites once again today. And then Sam, what have we got?
The amount of listens our Euro 2020 episode got.
Ouch, that one hurt. So the correct answer was the amount of people that listen to the podcast that actually like Matt. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking. So it is the amount of films that Matt reviewed as a mini topic this year.
Fuck, one.
Oh
Jesus.
shit! Oh my
We've
god!
done 24 episodes and I've done 1. Christ almighty. Needs to be more
Okay,
film.
next number we have is 8. So over to Addison.
Our most popular episode. is
Ooh,
number
good,
8.
Good. Over to Sam.
I would agree with that. I would.
You can't.
Our most.
Oh, why can't I?
What, as in most listens?
That's what he went with. He went with the most popular.
The amount of other podcasters we speak to on Instagram.
Okay, nice. And then Matt?
The amount of listens are Euro 2020.
He got 7 listens.
That's generous, man. That's generous.
It's very generous.
Okay, so this is the number of countries we've had plays in. So we've had the
that's
UK,
cool.
USA, Brazil, Morocco, Spain, Ukraine, Germany, and the Netherlands.
Good spread.
Thank you, all of
Yeah.
you lovely people.
Thank you.
I can't believe that the some of the
Danke.
countries that we've been played in. It's amazing. So thank you.
I know some of them pop up and you're like,
Yeah, the
what?
UK.
Brazil?
Like,
What?
Thankfully, it's our most listened to area as well, the UK. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah. The US is pretty
Thanks,
big as well.
bruv.
Okay, we'll move on.
UK
So,
is now at the bottom.
The next number is 23. So I'm going to switch up the order over to Matt.
The last episode we did.
Yeah.
23. Yeah, that's like. Can I ask?
Go on, go ahead.
How many episodes we've done up until this point?
Yeah, and then over to Addison.
I mean, that's definitely what I was going to say. So I will go with the amount of hours Matt wasted on getting sound bites.
Probably is close to that, I imagine.
That actually should have been the answer because that was dead accurate. It is the number of episodes that we released. Well done.
Yes.
Okay, the next
Crazy.
one we
I
have.
mean, I get that as well, right? Because that's kind of what I said.
You get as many points. At no point am I taking points on this, by the way. I've not paid any attention to anything you've been saying.
What kind of game show is this? What do we win?
You all win. The game of life.
Great.
Okay, so the next one is 72. So, Sam.
Is that how many followers we've got on Instagram?
Over to Addison.
I'd like to think we had more than that. The amount of hours we've recorded.
Oh, good. And then Matt.
The amount of hours that Addison's talked about Disney Plus.
It was more than that, definitely.
All very good answers. That is our most liked Insta post, which is the Metal Gear Solid 1 from Addison. So Addison's doing pretty well here. Okay, and then the next one. So this is a big jump now between 72. So we're up to 750. So 750, we'll go with Addison.
This is the amount of likes our top post got on Instagram. Or was that 71?
That was the
was
last
72, but if you want to go with that,
Okay, oops.
it just proves Addison doesn't listen, so we'll go with that. Over to
one.
Matt.
The amount of listens our Eurovision podcast episode had.
Good. And then over to Sam.
What was the number again?
750.
Are you cheating and you're on your phone?
He's on the stats page.
What was it? The amount of technical issues we've had.
This episode.
Yeah.
This episode alone. Yeah.
I think you're wrong there. It's more like 1,000 plus that we've had technical issues. Thank you,
that's
Discord.
low.
Appreciate you guys. So this is the reach that we had on Addison's Line of Duty post on Instagram. You got ridiculous reach.
That's the top one, right?
Yeah, the top
Addison
one.
knows his topic.
Yeah,
man.
I know it's his reach around.
Mad people.
He's a man of the culture. Man of the people.
Man,
Okay.
My ear is
so
to the
sec-
ground. That's why I don't listen to you, because I'm listening to the ground.
Underground.
What?
Okay.
I'm going deep.
That's all I was waiting for. Okay, second to last number is 853. So I'm going to go with
Right.
Matt first.
That's the amount of views our most listened to episode has got.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's repeating answers
Listens.
here. Good.
Listens.
Right,
Listens.
go on then, Sam. What you got?
Well, 800. I mean, it's what Matt said, so we have to.
I'm going to say it's the amount of listens our lowest episode has got, even though I know it's wrong.
That's fucking optimistic.
I really
Don't
wish.
forget about the Euro one that we talked about earlier.
I don't know. The amount of Instagram posts.
The amount of bullshit I have to put up with.
the amount of fucking shit.
The,
comes out of Matt's
the amount of decibels Matt blows out.
Yeah, that's fucking ruined my ears over the last year. Okay, so 853 is the number of listens on our first episode,
Hey.
which is also, I think, our highest
Wonderful.
listened to episode as well.
Yes.
We've had
that's
a
what I
few that
said.
got close, but that's our top one. And then the final number is 6,816.
Total
So I'm
number
going to
of
go with
plays.
Addison.
Total number of plays.
Yeah.
Over all
Sam?
episodes.
It's
It's that. Yeah, it's that.
I don't know. The amount of times. I don't know.
The amount of times Sam has spoken about Metal Gear fucking Solid.
That's a good one.
There
Yeah.
we go.
That one.
Oh,
That we got.
the amount of centimeters it is to Edinburgh. Oh, fuck knows.
Matt's really good at measurements, so
It's like
that
600
was 6,816 is the number of listens we've had on all of our podcast episodes to date.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
not bad.
Not
So
bad
not
for a
bad,
year's
kid.
progress.
Exactly. So that takes us on to kind of some thank yous that I wanted to give out. So I don't know if you guys have got anyone that you want to thank in particular.
No.
I've got a list of people.
I'd like to thank my mum, my dad,
Oculus Quest 2.
Oculus Quest, Meta Quest, I mean,
Kojima,
Kojima,
Solid Snake,
and his brethren.
Liquid Snake.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give a kind of a thank you to a lot of the podcasts that interact with us this year, whether we've been just chatting, whether they've reacted to posts. It's just, yeah, it's been great. It's been phenomenal, just all the people out there in the community. So we've got Gaggle a Geek Show, a Top 3 podcast, Genre Geeks. We've got Sean and Music Among Other Things. Obviously, he appeared on
Yes.
our podcast. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure having you on.
Guy.
We got Tipsy Sloth Podcast, The Niche Guys, Bottled Up Bitches, Taste of Dragons. Some of the names here are wonderful, by the way. Chatting Flicks, Watch the Film Pod, The Nerdiest Podcast, This Week in Metropolis, Drew versus the World, Level Playing Field Gaming, and then these three guys we've been in constant contact with. Like, they're just, yeah, brilliant. So supportive as well. So we've got Keith from the Main Quest podcast. We've got Eric and Tom from the Side Quest and podcast. And we've got Brian and Ryan from List of Podcast. Just thank you, all you guys. What you're
very
doing is
much.
phenomenal. Absolutely love the podcasts. And then I
Yeah.
think it'd be unfair to just thank all the podcasts as well. We've got to thank some of the people out there as well. So people that have interacted with us, our friends. We've got Amar, Lexi,
Yeah.
Siobhan. We've got Trevor,
Got
Phil.
Mark's mum.
Sharma, love you. And then we've also got the girlfriends and the wives that kind of put up with us as well. So appreciate you listening to me talk about games all the fucking time. It must be really boring. So, yeah, thank you,
Like
everyone.
there's been a few episodes where I listened to be like, oh yeah, in that one they talked about games mostly, so I just kind of said that. I'm like, love you.
I think it's the films that I kind of go, right, we need to watch this. It's like, why are you watching that? It's like, oh, it's for the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? I've used that for many purchases.
Many purchases.
Just put that on the credit card.
Research. Metroid Dread is research.
This PS5 is for research. I need
I don't think the tax man will agree with that, but okay.
Yeah, so thank you, everyone, for making it to here. Thank you guys as well. It's been a pleasure.
But
Thank you, guys.
We've got some outro game show music. Here we go.
Still Family Guy.
Still Family Guy.
It's the same. It's a Sting. All right.
What? It's by Sting.
Sake.
Oh my god, the police made this?
And that is it. We hope you enjoyed listening to our Tepid Take.
If you want to send us your tepid takes, then email us at thetepidtake@outlook.com.
And give us a follow and a like on Instagram at The Tepid Take.
And we've been the fucking, what's it called again? Thanks everyone, because I didn't actually say it earlier.
That'll be the outro.